For a new challenge, I'm going to play Kenshi as a skeleton robot nobody, starting with nothing. Skeletons are the misunderstood AI automaton rejects of the hot, sweaty, and controversial world of Kenshi. What would it take to start with nothing, assemble a team of fellow AI robots, and take over the world to make it a safer place for our kind? Meet our protagonist, Nobotarus, the robot nobody. Starting off with $0, no friends, and nothing to his name. Can Nobotarus survive the harsh world where nobody understands robots and find his own friends? Let's get on to the playthrough. Welcome everybody to Kenshi. We're going to be starting a new game. We are going to be playing the Nobodies start today. Starting with no money, and it's time to create our protagonist. Among the many different peoples available in Kenshi, we will be playing, of course, as a skeleton. And for our protagonist, we're not only a nobody, and not just a robot, we are a nobody robot. It's Nobotarus. Alright, as a skeleton, we do well with hit points, heavy weapons, robotics, and turrets, but we struggle in stealth, thievery, and dodging things. We're gonna begin, and we have just spawned in as our protagonist. It's Nobotarus. Currently, we have 4 other companions who are worthless, terrible, and bad at everything. Well, before we do anything else, we just have to dismiss them forever. Goodbye, irrelevant side character humans. No, this tale is about Nobotarus and his robot friends. Alright, so let's take a moment to examine our protagonist Nobotarus and see what he's about. Currently, we have no stats, no experience, and we are terrible at everything. Yeah, just 1 on all my attributes, weapons, combat range, just everything is level 1. I suck. Not only that, but we have basically no possessions, just a few simple first aid kits, this iron stick, and some pants. All of my items are extremely useless, so we're just going to take everything off because, well, I'm pretty much just as well off naked. It looks like the humans that were just with me are now being attacked by robot thralls. Well, that is unfortunate because it looks like I'm about to be attacked next. Well, welcome to the world of Kenshi. Everyone wants to kill you. We have to run away to another section of the map, or be horribly mauled. So begins our terrible adventure as Nobotarus. Now, these robots aren't fighting for good like us. They are thralls. They have no heads, so they are just mindless servants, and we unfortunately cannot befriend them. Oh well, that's okay, Nobotarus. All this running is training your athletics skill. You're getting faster by the second. As long as you don't get caught and maimed. Alright, well, it looks like we are actually successfully running away. We are going at a nice brisk pace of 16 miles an hour, and that is enough to outrun these thralls. Athletics level 2 has been reached. Alright, we are just going to slightly speed up time here, and it looks like we are just slightly outrunning these thralls. Nobotarus, you are already growing more and more muscularly toned and athletic by the second. Hoo-ha. As our journey toward progress begins, we recall those famous words of Confucius. The superior man learns extensively and retains what he has learned. So commences our expedition. Alright, we've arrived in Shem, and we are now running at 17 miles an hour. And we are just about ready to arrive at the hub, where I'm going to do some training. In the time running, we've already gained the first 13 levels in athletics. That may sound impressive, but it's only going to get harder from here. But that does bring up our running speed from 16 to 17 miles an hour, so we are just slightly faster now. Amazing, Nobotarus. You still suck, but hey, you've improved slightly. You love to see it. And it looks like night is falling. We will get inside the city just as dusk falls. Amazing, we have arrived at the hub. Alright, we are basically in our beginner town, and, well, we have a little bit of athletics experience now. We can run away from people, but I think I'm going to wait until morning before I do anything else. So in Kenshi, when we have no stats and we just suck at everything, there's only one thing we can really do, and that's learn to run faster. When it comes to combat, all that's really going to happen is we're just going to get beat up. So learning to run away really well is pretty important. We are currently, like I said, at 17 miles an hour, so we're just gonna do a few laps around the city, in and out, through the night until morning, where it's safe by the city guards until we are slightly better at running. Alright, we're at athletics 14 and quickly rising as we run. Every second, we just gain a few more percentage of XP. The first major progress is made, albeit from a snail's pace, inching forward. He who is in harmony with the Tao is like a newborn child. His bones are soft, his muscles weak, but his grip is firm. And I just spent the whole night running. We are now at athletics level 20, and our running has gone up to 18 miles an hour now. Amazing Noboterus, you are improving by the second. Hoo-ha. And 21. So now that we're running just slightly faster, we are going to be capable of leading hungry bandits back. We are still just about as weak as we can possibly be, so here we go. It looks like we've got a few hungry bandits here, which are the weakest units in the game. And they are all just starving to death, and if we just loot them, they are wearing rags, and they have iron clubs equipped. So we can just steal their items. And they aren't worth much, but 26 cats, that should be enough to get a little bit of money to get us started at the ninja trader here in town. And we can just kind of ferry these items back and forth without taking any health damage, so we can collect a little bit of money without really putting ourselves into danger. Here we go, we can just talk to the barman and sell some of these items. And cool, 49 cats, 73, and that totals about 123 cats. Alright, so we are making money basically just for running around and scavenging items off of dead guys. There's a couple of other hungry bandits around here. This guy, we can just get him before he gets back up. Some of these guys are dead, some of them are just knocked out right now, but they won't really have any recourse if I just take all of their items. So here we go, we are making a little bit more money, and okay, cool, 297 cats, that's a great start. Alright, I've let a few more hungry bandits into the city where they were all beaten for trying to attack me. It was in self-defense, I swear. And we've used that to just make slightly more money, now at 578 cats, but I did get hurt in the fight. I am still incredibly weak. Oh, here comes some more hungry bandits right now. Let's lead them back. Hey everyone. We will just attack them unprovoked, and now they are all aggroed to me. I swear I did nothing. And when we lead them back into the city, there go the ninja guards who are far stronger than they are, and hey, you know what? We might as well get a little bit of melee experience here. We can at least get some dodge. All while we fight them, look, 5%, 8% dodge. And I'm already gaining toughness from being hit. Now, if you've never played Kenshi before, it's a little bit counterintuitive, but getting hit makes you tougher, so it actually pays to get beaten up because your character will take less damage over time as you get used to it. Right, excuse me, I now have to loot some more hungry bandits and sell their items for more cats. Alright, I've actually just headed over to a nearby Hiver village where I am a little bit damaged from some of that fighting. You can see my chest, my stomach, and my head aren't doing so good. And we're going to come to these Hiver skeleton beds where I'm going to get my damage repaired. See, here we go. I don't want to get completely knocked out because I don't really have much to repair myself with right now. I have only 85 cats left, so this is very expensive, but hey, probably the most important thing right now is just that I'm building up my stats. I'm now up to 3 toughness and rising, as well as 29 athletics. So at the beginning of Kenshi, what you improve at first is running away and getting beaten up. And honestly, that is just about all that we are good at right now. But hey, eventually, once we can do that, we can finally start to gain some combat prowess. And this isn't too far off from the hub where we started, so I think we'll just trek back there. This will be pretty quick. The making of the first progress has been had. Even though it's getting punched in the face, it's one less time you'll have to experience the being punched in of the face. And we are just about back at the hub right here. I haven't been able to find as many wandering bands of hungry bandits, but off in the distance you can see some campfires, so I decided to explore these, and if we get up a little bit closer, these guys are better armed than the hungry bandits. They're a little bit more dangerous. These are the dust bandits, if you know them. And if we get up to these guys, they are just openly hostile toward us. These are sort of like just local brigands. These are the dust bandits, and they are going to attempt to hit me and take my things, but they are like merry, jolly, Viking-like war people. We are just going to lead them back because I am far faster than them because I have improved so much at running away, but we will kite them toward the city where they will have to fight the city guards who will defend me, although we'll just try to get a few of them one by one. Now these guys are also slightly better armed, better weapons, better armor on them and everything. Just make sure we run away, and wow, it really looks like we've attracted a lot of them. Now the city guards should be mostly okay with these guys. There are a lot of them, but they are fairly weak. That being said, they are still much stronger than me, so I cannot fight them yet. It's going to be a while. I I got about 3 of them back, and I'm just going to lead them into the bar where the ninja guardsmen will defend me. And I can actually practice a little bit of my combat here from relative safety. I am still just getting hit, but ooh, I managed to actually get in a kick. My martial arts is still terrible at 0, but hey, at least my dodge is improving. It's alright, once that guy goes down, we can just loot him for his things, and we will take all of that and sell it to the barman for money. Alright, so these guys are bringing in a slightly better haul. Wow, we're already over 1,000 cats and rising. I'm just going to repeat this for the next few looters, and we will start to bring all of these guys back. Look, I can now afford 2 bed rentals. Hopefully we can find, here we go, repair kit. This will be helpful so I can actually start repairing myself instead of having to go back and forth all the time. And if you've never played it, this is pretty much how you rise out of early game Kenshi when you are a terrible nobody like me. Look, I mean, our athletics is improving, our toughness is improving, our dodge is starting to improve. We may not be very good at combat yet, but we're better at surviving in combat for a little while, or at least getting ourselves to relative safety somewhere where we can enlist the help of local authorities to help defend me. From there, it's a matter of earning money and then slowly starting to be able to fight so that we can do it ourselves and gain more stats that way. I spent a little bit and I'm back here at the Hive Trader where I bought this authentic skeleton repair kit. Now I can start to actually do a little bit of robotics and medical work on myself here. Here we go, robotics. This is my ability to repair myself or other skeletons that I may meet, and we are just hitting level 2. We've got a couple more wounds like this. Now the first few levels will be very easy to get. Here we go, level 3 and rising. Just keep repairing the rest of myself. And now I may not heal back fully up to 200 health on each section, but that's okay because I can always just come back and get a bed, but hey, at least I don't have to pay that 800 cats for a repair bed, which is pretty expensive every single time. I'm just gonna keep repeating this for a while because, I mean, it'll be a little while until we get really out of this horrible pit we are in of being completely harmless and totally inconsequential and just a cowardly, terrible person. Here we go, I've attracted more dust bandits back. This time I really got a lot of them. It might be a bit too much for the shop owner. Oh no, they actually may beat the shop owner. I should probably help him in combat. Let me see, I think I can get involved in this somehow. Hey, at least it'll be good for my stats. Oh look, I actually dodged a hit right there. Ooh, actually I'm getting really good. Look at, nope, I just got hit again, but hey. If I get hit, it trains my toughness. And if I get a dodge in, well then that trains my dodge. And if I manage to punch him, even if it doesn't work, at least I gain a little bit of stats in martial arts. Yes, get in there, Nobotorus. Other people may fight your battles for you, and you may suck, but, well, it's hard to think of any positive to this, but, well, it can only get better from here. Oh no, it looks like the shopkeeper actually did get knocked unconscious. We're going to have to wait for him to get back up. He'll get back up in 162 seconds, though, so it's nice to see him get back up. The shopkeep, like the will of the strongest man, despite many floggings, can withstand great hardships. And in the meantime, there is another nearby bar off in the distance where it actually looks like that there's blood on the ground outside in front. So that is a good sign that they are at least taking care of invaders, and we can sell back some other goods over there if need be. Okay, another day or so has passed by. I'm really in the thick of these fights here, but hey, at least I have enough people defending me. It looks like my left arm is about to go limp if I get hit again, but it's okay. I'll just repair it if it doesn't go well. And amazing, we have now raised over 5,400 cats, and we have so much more gear to sell. It looks like the bartender got knocked out again. Poor guy. It's alright, he'll be back up in about 3 minutes. I'm just gonna go sell the rest of these goods. It's looting everybody and taking all of their stuff again, and then I'll be back in a minute. And this is great. I've managed to attract in a whole horde of hungry bandits. There are so many of them in here. And this is a fight I can actually participate in a little bit better. Ooh, I just got hit in the back. That didn't look good. But it's alright. Several factions are joining in on the fight now, and it looks like most of the hungry bandits are just crawling around on the floor. This is going to be great for getting some martial arts experience. Get over there, Nobotorus. You can get in some martial arts training just kicking those men on the ground. Look, I may be hitting them for only about 7, but, well, that's better than nothing, which I was hitting them for before. Oh no, it looks like they are all being shackled horribly by these other men. Okay, well, there's too many of them for them to account to anyway, so it's alright. This is a lot of new riches we're going to get. We're Getting a lot of money. We're now over 7,000 cats just from beating people up. After a multitude of fights, we are reaching martial arts level 4 and 5. There's one of his combat moves, Bad Punch. And he's starting to use his low kick. See, now he's both punching and kicking. As he starts to improve in martial arts, now level 5, he will start to unlock more combat moves that are more advanced and deal more damage. But in addition to all that, we are now at toughness level 14 because, well, we are getting hit a lot more often than we are actually managing to punch people. But hey, our dodge is improving too. Oh, there goes a guy right now. Let's see if we can get some martial arts training on him as we can. Amazing. Nobotarus, you are improving! Alright, I've returned to the Hive Repairman because I want to fully get repaired just before I set out on a new adventure. So, Nobotarus has slightly improved through all of his training. We're now at athletics level 42 from all that running back and forth that we did, and we can now reach a top speed of 19 miles an hour. In addition to that, we have just a little bit of combat skill. We really don't need it for what we're going to do next, but hey, it's a nice thing to have around. 20 toughness, which is respectable. It's a start. 20 robotics, so we're better at repairing ourselves. And in addition to that, we have over 16,000 cats that we've raised just from all the random people whose stuff we've taken, as well as a few repair kits for the journey that lay ahead. So now we have fully repaired to 200 each, and I'm just going to get out of this hive or bed, and I am going to make my way up here to right around this location on the map. So we are going on an adventure. Yes, that's right, an adventure. And we are going to be passing between the dangers of the Fogmen over here in the gray and the Holy Nation here on the right. Both of these people hate us, but if we walk just kind of between them, there's a better chance that we won't get beaten up and we'll survive. Besides that, we are running, where are we? Here we go, pretty fast right now at 19 miles an hour. And when we arrive, we are going to meet our first companion. That's right, we're going to meet an ally. Now, it is extremely difficult to find and recruit fellow skeleton compadres in Kenshi, but there are a couple in the early game that are pretty easy to recruit, so we're going to meet my first and one of my favorites right now. And look, our running has leveled up to 20 miles an hour. This is amazing. We're traveling so fast, we probably can't even be caught by anyone, even if they're hostile. Look at me go. Now, in the legendary world of Kenshi, that's only 3 minutes per mile, but I am an AI robot automaton, so there is that I have going for me. Okay, and we have finished up our running. The landscape has changed, and we are in this kind of boggy, swampy area, and we are just about to arrive at Burns Tower. Now, this is sort of like a free NPC that we can get here, and he is just standing there out front of his house. This is Burn. He is one of our fellow skeletons in Kenshi, probably one of the only ones that we can recruit just off the bat. Anyway, here we go. Burn. Let me guess, another adventurer. You certainly don't look like the scavenger type, or bandit type either for that matter. How did you know? The Floodlands mostly attract the adventuring type. It's full of lost treasures, of course, so why wouldn't it? Anybody else of sane mind wouldn't risk the spider bots. They keep most of the hostile trespassers at bay, at least. But hold up in this tower can get dull, so it's always good to share shelter and exchange stories with fellow adventurers. Oh, so you're an adventurer too. Okay, used to be, so he's retired. My time is near, my parts are wearing. Oh, that's so sad. And I'm not as durable for exploration as I used to be. So here I am, retired in the solitude of the Floodlands. Do you miss traveling? At times I've traveled in the eastern Ashlands. Alright, so he's basically a retired adventurer. You could probably teach me a thing or two about the world's history. Wouldn't even know where to start, but I enjoy nothing more than swapping notes and imparting knowledge of the world. Can you spare a few months? Oh, amazing. Alright, let's recruit him. I'd enjoy nothing more than a last adventurer. Let's go. You lead, I'll follow. Hoo-ha, we have recruited the first of our companions. It is Nobotarus and Burns' majestic adventure. Now let's get a look at Burns' stats. He is pretty decent to start. We've already surpassed him in a few areas, so he's just pretty okay. He's like an early level NPC. His athletics, he still has yet to catch up with me. I'm really good at running. Here we go, Nobotarus and Burn, just side by side for comparison. But he is way better in combat than me, despite the fact that he's not really much of a runner. And he also hasn't developed quite the same amount of toughness as me yet. He just hasn't gotten hit as much. His strength is a little bit better than mine, and, well, that's most of what really matters here. Anyway, let's go venture inside of his tower, because he does also have, if we go up the stairs, this is a really nice thing. He's got a skeleton repair bed up here, so this is just a free area to repair in. Of course, we can't really stay in this area all the time, because it is pretty dangerous where he lives out here. But hey, at least it is the first of our companions, and now we can train together, which is nice, because if I get knocked out, I have somebody that can pick me back up. And whoa, they are running at really different speeds. Let's run side by side. Now, this has reduced our running speed to only 15 miles an hour, but hey, that's all right. We can stand up for ourselves just a little bit if we get into combat. So we're gonna make our way back down to the beginner area here because I still don't think we're very well equipped to fight in this zone. There's too many dangerous spider robots roaming around here, and that's no good. It naturally falls that the way of fraternal duty should lead to rejoicing. It is not our lot to shun the contending of older brother. Just as iron sharpens iron, so the will of the magnanimous man shines like steel, tempered by rivals. Right, while we were running along here between the Fogmen and the Holy Nation, we got wound up into a fight with the Fogmen. Now, these are very weak enemies, but they do tend to swarm en masse. They will eat your flesh and brains if you are a human, but since we are skeletons, this is a relatively safe fight because they cannot eat us. They are sort of cannibal people, and that's no good. But hey, at least this is a low-level fight. Nobotarus can gain some basic fighting skills again. And hey, I've got Burn to pick me up if I need it. But it doesn't look like Burn is doing too particularly well in this fight either, so he's going to need to improve as well. We still suck horribly. And let's just speed through this fight. Oh no, that's terrible. Actually, it does look like we both got knocked out. Oh no, don't get it back up yet. All right, just stay down, play dead, and let them think they won. See, they're just going to walk away. They have no interest in eating us because we are made of metal. But it's all right. Even if we both get knocked out, as long as nobody tries to eat us, we're okay. Nobotarus has gone into a coma, so he'll get back up in maybe a half hour or a few hours. And it looks like Burn is in just about the same place right here. He is also in a recovery coma, so we are a little bit vulnerable right here because we are just kind of sitting in the dirt. We've both been knocked out from a really bad fight, but it's okay because we will get back up eventually. Now, this could be really bad. If we'd got 2 double chevrons going back, we would have actually died, but this was a relatively low-stakes fight, so we should be okay and recover from this. Although this is basically how you improve in Kenshi, which is kind of crazy. There are a few other games. Actually, I can't think of any other game that does fighting like this. We're actually improving in combat by getting beaten up so badly. And as we get tougher, too, we will be able to survive more hits like that, so we won't even go into a coma anymore, but it looks like Nobotarus is just about to get up here. He's about to hit 0 again. Alright, it looks like Nobotarus is now playing dead. There's nothing dangerous around, so we can just have him pick himself back up. Just self-repair there for a minute, and you're looking okay. Now go repair Burn, and Burn is getting back up out of his coma as well. And we are just going to automatically add them to the medic job so that they repair themselves and other bots in our company as we go. Right, so we are getting our stats back, we're getting our legs back beneath us, and alright, we may suck, but hey, we're improving bit by bit. Let's just make our way back to the beginner area. I don't really want to risk any more fights here. We are still kind of slow with that 15 miles an hour, but hey, we're getting by. And after a long journey, we are finally arriving back at the gates of the hub. There they go, just running in. It's time to do a lot more training. We have entered the anime training montage, but now it's not just one guy, it's 2. And we are finally starting to train together. Now, we have instigated a brawl with several dust bandits who outnumber us, but the way that you get better in Kenshi is by fighting difficult battles. So it looks like we are actually starting to get a few hits in here. We have also discovered the town of Squin just to the south, so this is a Shek city, and we can also use that to lean on in case if we have to lead them back, which it looks like we are not going to do too particularly well in this fight, but the dust bandits are fairly safe since they won't kill us. They'll just knock us out if we get into combat, unless if we really get hurt, but hey, we have each other to lean on, and we're getting pretty tough here. Look at Burn. His toughness wasn't even as high as Nobotarus's before, but he's even getting better in melee defense from blocking all of these hits here, but oh, he's just getting so much better by the second. And Nobotarus actually beginning to improve at dodging. Look at him go, so wry and nimble as he goes. Although he doesn't really have much time to get in any hits, so his martial arts isn't really improving. Just too many attacks to dodge. Oh no, that trained his toughness a bit more. Everyone believes in you, Nobotarus. We are just both being beaten together in solidarity. It's so inspiring. And we have unfortunately both gone into a coma after the fight again, but it's okay, we'll get up soon. It was nothing lethal. Don't be fooled. Going into a coma is just yet another hallmark of progress. For what else is the progression of our lives but a vast dreamscape? Oh man, Nobotarus, you really don't look so good. Well, things are fortunately only getting better for you from here. Just kidding, they'll probably get worse for a while, and then maybe after that they'll get better. All right, after enduring great abuse, we are prepared to sell some more of the Dust Bandit gear to this person. I think we're going to train Nobotarus to be a martial artist, so we aren't going to arm him, but we still have extra armor as it stands, and Dust Bandit gear is honestly not all that good, so just a couple more trips here, and yeah, we are making more cats as we go. Alright, it's time to see how we fare in combat against hungry bandits. We're back against the lowest level enemies in the game, and although it's not as good for our training, hey, maybe we can actually win a fight on our own now without relying on the town guard. So let's just speed through this fight and see how they do. We're just going a little bit faster. They're still getting hit a lot, so we're not very good at defense and dodge yet, but that was a really good hit right there. Alright, nice. Nobotarus, you really aren't very good and you're still not doing anything, but Burn is occasionally able to get a few hits in that do some damage, so that is good. And amazing. I'm seeing a nice amount of green numbers. Green numbers are our hits, and red are the enemies, so we are doing a little bit better. It looks like we aren't going to get KO'd so easily. Have we taken out any of them yet? Okay, there goes one hungry bandit down. Two down right over there. And a third went down. Oh no, Nobotarus just went down. Well, at the very least, he gained a little bit more dodge skill, and his toughness is still improving. And Burn, it's not looking very good for you, but it looks like Nobotarus managed to just get back up. Oh no, Nobotarus has just been knocked out again. Well, did he at least gain some more toughness? No, he didn't, but hey, at least you can heavily lean on your friend. And it looks like Burn is going to get beaten horribly. Wait a minute, no. Oh no, Burn's left arm has gone limp, so it's just hanging there in the middle of combat, but he's using only his right arm to dispatch the last of these desperate hungry bandits. Oh my gosh, just look at the willpower on this man. Even his right leg is not doing too particularly well, but oh, hate to see him go down. I think we got a lot of experience from that fight, though. Hey, we almost managed to beat one full group of hungry bandits. Hooray for us. Oh, and there goes one of them just crawling away. We almost managed to take him out, but he is down and just about out. But unfortunately, as it stands, we are just in a coma again. We'll get back up in a minute. Once again, we had nothing of real value to these hungry bandits, so they couldn't really do anything with our bodies, so we're just sort of sitting here. All right, we managed to get up and repair from the fight against the hungry bandits, and now we've bitten off a fight that is far more deadly against many, many dust bandits. Let's just get a little bit further away from here, and we will surely be horribly beaten in this fight. But once again, we possess nothing of real value to these dust bandits, so as long as one of us survives with wounds that are not so grievous, we should be able to actually improve from this fight. And look at our dodge skill, and our toughness still improving yet. Amazing. Let's just speed through the fights a little bit, continue gaining some stats. All right, we just barely managed to stay alive in that fight, but see now, Nobotarus has got the double chevron down on his head, so he took a really bad hit to his noggin, and it looks like he's just barely going to recover, so that was lucky. But either way, Burn was okay, even though that his legs gave out from underneath him, so we will just get him up and do a little bit of repairing. Stay low on the ground. We don't want to attract any more attention. Those dust bandits we fought are still just right over there, but it looks like Nobotarus is also self-repairing here. That was pretty lucky. We're just going to run away here. Hey, at least we got those new and improved stats, because we still suck at fighting, but we're pretty good at getting beaten up now. And maybe most importantly, staying alive. It just goes to show, before you can run, you have to learn to walk. Before you can walk, you have to learn to crawl. And before you can crawl, you have to learn to sit there and withstand many beatings. Only thus can the way forward be made traversable. That's good. Just run away, Burn and Nobotarus. Do what you do best. Make this man angry and run away from him. It looks like we can engage him separately from the rest. And this is now a fight we can win. We have made it unfair in our own favor. Well done, robot friends. Okay, we have beaten him. We have dispatched one dust bandit on our own together. Hoo-ha. Another day has passed and I have just gotten beaten up again. This is honestly about as well as we can do right now. It looks like our chest is not doing too well, but we will get up before it gets really bad. Here, Nobotorus, just try to repair your head. You really are in critical condition right there. It looks like you just got out of it and we are safe again. Amazing. It looks like just keeping our distance from this dust bandit camp where there are too many of them has boded well for our condition. And I mean, remember where we were a few days ago? We had 1 toughness. Now we're at 45 and 36. This is amazing. We're improving so fast. And on top of that, our medical skill is improving from doing so much self-repair, so we are repairing even faster too. Oh, this is fun. We've got an encounter between the dust bandits and some hungry bandits. So the dust bandits are clearly stronger here, so we are going to join the hungry bandits in this fight. Yeah, that's right. They don't like each other either, but hey, we're going to join the underdog and hopefully get in just a little bit more combat experience here. Look, we're finally starting to get a few punches and sword hits in. This is amazing. We are starting to gain some actual combat experience. It looks like Nobotorus is starting to engage in his hand palm moves in combat, so we're beginning to see yet even more martial arts moves from our protagonist at level 23 right here. Amazing. He is growing more masterful by the second, except he is still just being horribly beaten. It's okay, Nobotorus. Well, it's not okay. You're just still going to continue being brutally beaten, but eventually it'll get better for you. And Burn is actually doing pretty well in combat. Look at him go. He looks so masterful already. Wow, amazing. We've got a couple more fights here outside the Shek city gates, and the Sheks are really powerful. We've got those 100 guardians at the entrance here, and it looks like we've got yet another group fight here. We've gotten in the middle of a great opportunity to take everyone's stuff and gain experience. Wow, we're finally starting to get in double palm strikes. Did you just see that from Nobotorus? That was amazing. There he goes. Oh, that's so cool! Oh, this is no good. Nobotorus was actually really horribly beaten in the last fight, and he went into a coma, so we have to take him back here and just put him down to engage in some repairs. He totally fell unconscious in a very dangerous place. His chest was not looking good. It looks like he's back up and standing now, but that gave me a little bit of pause right there. You can just pick up one of your friends if things aren't looking so good for him, so amazing. We are all back and safe now. We can just put him down and hey, friends look after their friends. Alright, I'm starting to think that we have high enough athletics at 60 and 46 right here, as well as enough toughness that I'm going to take a bit of a risk. We have very little money still, only 7,500 cats around there, and I picked up a trader's backpack when we were in Squin with the Sheks so that I could carry a lot of goods in it. And I'm going to see if we can raid what we've got right here, which is a beak thing nest, just off in the distance a little bit further here, and there it is. There's so many eggs, oh my gosh. But this is a little bit difficult to see. There are giant giraffe-like dinosaurs. We will just send Nobotorus over there because he is faster, and for Burn, we will have him just ward off these beak things. Burn, don't even try to fight them, just go into pure block mode so you can fend off their giant beaks, and Nobotorus will just go over here. It looks like a few of them came with him. Let's just go over here and we will just pick up some of these beak thing eggs. We don't really have a lot of room here and I can't take too much damage. How many did he get in his backpack? And we could just stack those up on top of each other. I've got to get going. Let's just run away. This is not good. We don't want to get really badly hurt or maimed. Okay, after a little bit of back and forth, I've managed to get all of the eggs in my bag. I've got 20 eggs, and each one of these beak thing eggs is worth 4,200 cats. So that is a chunk of change, man. I mean, it was so dangerous to get them. This trader won't even have enough money. He could buy about, how many, 4 of these eggs, I think? Yeah, all right, we are loaded now at 24,000 cats, and still so many in my backpack. But I guess we could use this for more repair kits or something, or just gear later on. I've got to find another trader, though, to offload these things. This is a lot of money we're coming into now. Look at how heavy my backpack is. I'm so slow. It's all right. We are rich men in the making. Right, we are just about ready to start attacking dust bandit camps without great fear of our imminent death and destruction, because we are getting slightly better at combat, and even though we're taking a little bit of damage, we're now capable of inflicting it. Come on, we've got martial arts 29, dodge 33. We should be starting to match up to these guys. We can beat them in a few fights here, I bet. Yeah, here we go. If we just speed up time, we're seeing just about even amounts of green and red here, so we are inflicting a good deal of damage. damage. It's mainly just that they've got these rangers here. Look at us go. The Garu have fought the Dust Bandits instead of us. This is amazing. What about burn? Melee defense already level 41 and melee attack level 37. Defenses should go up faster than combat because, well, we spent more time taking hits rather than actually inflicting them because we suck still, but it's getting a little bit better for us. Man, look at Nobotarus. He's just a porcupine with how many bolts have been shot at him, but this guy has skin that is very thick and nerves of steel now. And it looks like we're actually taking out a few of these Dust Bandits. This guy's gone into a blood loss KO, blood loss knockout, and we have another one in a recovery coma, and it looks like a few more have had much blood spilled on the ground. But overall, this is a fairly positive sign if we are able to just stand out here without having to lean on a town anymore. We are getting ready to solo groups of Dust Bandits without the danger of imminent death in sight or anywhere near. So yeah, there we go. We are starting to deal even more damage than we did before. Look, even Burn, with one leg given out underneath him, he's still just like thrusting his sword at this guy and dealing damage to him. The determination, that's crazy. Alright, I've zoomed ahead because most of the beginning of our adventure is just continuously being beaten. And it is an inspiring journey of an underdog, but it is also rather repetitive. Anyway, Nobotarus has now reached toughness level 51, as well as dodge 37, martial arts 37, and we are looking somewhat more ready for a challenge, as well as Burn, whose stats have similarly appreciated. So we have gone up here to the unknown tower, which is actually the Dust King's tower. We are going to just run up and see if we can fight the group of Dust Bandits over here, which actually contains a rather powerful Dust Bandit, the Dust King, of course, who has a slight bounty on his head, which is a nice injection of cash. Now, we've already got 85,000 cats, but hey, there's a little bit of lock picking at the beginning, and they've got a bit of a fortress and a couple of bolt throwers there, but I don't think that this should be too challenging. We'll just see if we can get this open and improve our lock picking skill. And amazing, we have managed to get the door open. We are just running in. Ooh, we probably want to go up to that higher wall. We can't take too much damage here, but we've got to get them off of these ballistas, these little like ranged bolt thrower things where we can do actually pretty good damage now. Who is that? Nobotarus? Look at the big hits he's getting in, like 42 or 50. It's just that their ranged shots are really powerful here. We'll stay for maybe a few more seconds and then we've got to run, because if we get KO'd inside of here, that's no good. Yeah, let's run out. We just don't want to get knocked out in a really bad place. Maybe we can bring a couple of them with us. Let's just run out, and they won't gather there, but yeah, all right, maybe one or two guys we could get Dust Boss. All right, just come with me, and no, all right, whatever. Out here is fine. If we get knocked out, they really won't be able to hit us too bad in this location. So, right, a little bit more combat experience. We're kind of biting them off piece by piece, but as long as we don't have to confront the main group in the tower, let's just get them a little bit further off again, and man, we're really bleeding oil all over the ground. You can see it. Their red blood mixed with our black oil, and it is a fight to the finish. Look at Burn. Right now, this is a real challenge. Right, we've had a little bit of in and out, back and forth. Our bodies are looking just a little bit beaten up, but I think we have taken out most of the guards in the front now. There they all lay on the walls, and I think we can head inside momentarily. Okay, here he comes out. He actually just came out of his own will. This is the Dust King. He is a very thick and brolic man, and he hits kind of hard, but he's not really that bad. I mean, what is he? He's pretty weak and fleshly. Only 100 on each of his body parts because he is a mere human, whereas we are skeleton and far more powerful just by our very essence. But we still suck in combat, so we have to improve. But here we go. Fight with the Dust King and his cronies. And it's not looking very good at all. It's looking quite terrible. Nobotarus, maybe go inside where you have a martial arts combat advantage. Except maybe don't go inside because I don't want to be trapped in there with them. That would be terrible. Just stand side by side and don't take too many risks. Oh, it looks like we are starting to get in some knee strikes against the Dust Boss. Ooh, that was a high jump kick. Look at Nobotarus. He's finally starting to get really good martial arts moves. What level is he now? 38. Okay, he's starting to get some of his jump kicks in. Oh, that's so cool. It's like a real kung fu movie, man. Look at him. Let me just speed through here a little bit. And Nobotarus is actually taking everyone in the tower. We can take out this guy with the bow. Burn is not doing so good against the Dust King, but he's about to get help from Nobotarus in a moment. There goes Nobotarus, taking out the last of the Dust Bandits. Oh, that's so awesome. And look at him with only his hands. He's naked, but it makes him a better fighter. Man, we are just messing up these dust bandits inside. Oh no, Burn has gone down. Nobotarus, it's only you, but you're looking still pretty good. For some reason, the Dust King has got onto this bolt thrower over here. Let's just kick him in the face. And that didn't go so well, but he's limping off. We'll get back up in a moment. And Burn is getting back up Nobotarus and repairing him. We are far stronger. We are the Skelly Men. We overcome and survive. Nobotarus is looking very strong and healthy once again. Whatever's broken can always be fixed. This is why we are just simply stronger than the fleshy humans. We can be repaired almost instantaneously because we are robots and we are taking over the world. Let's go back. Look, he's crawling on the ground. This is pathetic and sad. Let's take out the Dust King. Just go inside. Thought you had me there. Come on, Nobotarus. Hit him with your flying jump strike. Oh no, we're just being hit horribly. And we've taken out a couple more, and it's just us and the Dust King now. Look, his stomach is almost totally gone. And we've taken him out. We've taken his weight out from under his knees. Is he dying? No, he's just simply unconscious right now. Let's just do a little bit of repairing on each other. We are stronger robots. Robots take over the world. All right, come on, Nobotarus. Let's just loot his body. We can grab his weapon to make him very innocuous and weak, and then we will take the rest of his... Actually, maybe... these are pretty worthless. Maybe we'll grab some of his items, but let's just pick him up and... Whoops, I didn't mean to pick you up. Let's pick him up. There goes the Dust King. And we have kidnapped the Dust King. We are running away with the Dust King. Look at us go. We have taken your leader. Robots will inevitably take over the world. Our first trial has been passed. The Dust King is no more. The student has taken his first steps toward becoming the master. All right, we have just arrived back in Squin, the town of the Sheks, and we are ready to turn in the Dust King. We have taken his gear so that we could sell it, and there he is. He is pretty buff, but he is just merely unconscious right now. So we got a bounty of 35,000 cats. Pretty good. All right, we are very wealthy now, at least for the early game. So we have lots of money and lots of options what we want to do now. In addition to that, we gained a lot of extra stats from that fight. That wasn't the easiest fight. So now we're at toughness level 52 and 51, as well as our combat stats are starting to rise dramatically from where they were before. Burn and Nobotarus, companions forever and partners in crime. It is pretty nice to see the beginnings of a robot ninja team coming together. What adventures lay in store next for our heroes? Well, all of that running through the Holy Nation has led us to Black Desert City. That's right, we have arrived at the home of the Skelly Boys. It is nothing but fellow robot, AI, automaton skeletons in this city. So every shop and industry here is run by skeletons. That's right. So we are going to head into the bar here, where there is a skeleton bartender. And actually, can we talk to anyone downstairs? Yeah, here we go. Sad Neil. Here he is, our next robot companion. So he's one of the only other recruitable companions who are skeletons in the game. He's just sitting here at the bar. Another visitor. They all blend into one after a few hundred years, so he's pretty old. Then after a few thousand, everything being is as predictable to me as the other. All right, so he has a bad attitude, and he is kind of an alcoholic. Isn't it dull enough to make you mope hopelessly in a dead-end town? So Sad Neil has a pretty bad attitude. Sorry for existing. Yeah, this guy is a real Debbie Downer. Alas, that is the ironic curse of the skeleton. To cry silently on the inside. I hate my life. Sounds like you might enjoy life more if you left this town. All right, so we are just going to prattle on and try to get Sad Neil to work for us. I hate excitement. All right, well, I'll join you, but only because I'm weak and give in easily to peer pressure. Well, Sad Neil has a pretty terrible attitude, but we are going to turn that frown upside down because, you know why? We have a really good attitude on our team. Well, I mean, we do get beaten up a lot, but hey, he's a third skeleton, and he's more or less just as good as us. Well, actually, kidding. He is even more useless than we were to begin with, but, I mean, he does have the skeleton stats, which makes him pretty strong to begin with, so we can train him up. But he will kind of lag behind Nobotarus and Burn, because, well, he unfortunately sucks, but it's only getting better for him from here. We have reached that kind of awkward place in the Kenshi rising up of progress where we have one character who's lagging behind the others. But hey, I mean, we have Nobotarus, who of course started off as a nobody, Burn the retired adventurer, and Sadneil, who is just sort of a Debbie Downer with a bad attitude. So, I mean, if that doesn't say Fellowship of the Ring, I don't know what does. And we're only going to recruit more skeletons from here, if we can find them. For there are few, and they are far between, but hey, three's company. So we set off, the three musketeers, young, sanguine, and above all, eager to grapple with fate. The training of Sadneil begins. He is terrible at everything, but joined with the powerful forces of Nobotarus and Burn, maybe he can grow a little bit faster than these two did. He is quite awful, but, well, he is really awful. He is really bad, to be fair, but, hey, at least he has a little bit of a boost from these two. And we've had an encounter with some bone dogs. Now, it really is a start just from the beginning again with Sadneil. He's still at athletics level 14, so he is pretty slow, but the very first thing to increase is his toughness, now at 4. He's just going to have to get hit a lot before he can do anything at all, because he sucks. Alright, we've veered off a bit from the beginner areas here, and we've encountered our first run-in with the Holy Nation, and we are still quite horrible. And what was all that abuse for but to uncover a secret passageway? We are now taking our 119,000 cats, because that is quite a good sum of money, and we are making our way up this river to the secret location of the Armor King, our fellow Skelly Boy trader, who has some of the best armor in the game, actually, and we do have enough money to afford some of it, so hopefully we can get something on ourselves, because this will help us in our training and just in general when we get there. And we are just about arriving. It's the sunken building right here in the middle of the river, and here we go. Trade. Armor King, saving lives with armoring. He's so sing-song and nice. Isn't he in just such a jolly mood? Well, you love the Armor King. Do not attack this man, for he is very powerful. We've got some armors to choose from here, though. Alright, samurai armor is pretty great. Look at this stuff, worth 23,000 cats and 13,000 cats for specialist and high grade. So maybe not the masterwork armor we're hoping for, but this stuff is pretty strong and helps us block some hits, so we'll take a little bit less damage. Alright, I decided to make a stop at Mongrel on my way out, where we could train against some of these fogmen nearby, which we encountered them before, but we are actually traveling directly through the foglands right now. Look at our Skelly boys now in their samurai armor. That is actually really cool. Let's just see how they're doing in this fight. Burn is actually quite successful now. Look, he's hitting for 27, 28 in there. Pretty good hits in. Sadneil is quite terrible, but hey, at least he's hanging in there a little bit longer. And Nobotarus is kicking for 51. Actually, martial arts scales really well. These guys are getting tough, but they're still getting hit and kicked around quite a lot. But hey, at least this new samurai armor means that they're getting hit for just a little bit less than they were before. So we're surviving in combat, we are dealing blows to our foes, and we are overcoming. And let's just speed through. Will they actually win this one? It's a dance with the fogmen to the death. Oh, it looks like we actually will win this one. Look, those are some KO'd fogmen. We have overcome, yes. Skelly boys. Oh, there goes one running with limp arm. Actually, 2 limp arms. Look at him go. Oh no, he's just led us into another group. We will eventually faint. We do not look particularly good, but once again, we are in relatively no danger because these people like to eat flesh and brains, but we have no flesh and brains. Look at Nobotarus in the samurai armor with the martial arts. That is actually really cool. You gotta hand it to him. He looks like a character out of Samurai Jack, man. That's super badass. Oh wow, they actually won that fight. Amazing. It's the rise of Nobotarus. And out of the scary mists of the fogland, we have arrived at Mongrel, the city in the middle of the wastes. And here we do actually have a robotics trader, which will be nice because we are significantly banged up from all of our fighting with fogmen. But hey, it's alright. At least Sadneil is starting to catch up. Already at toughness level 24 and rising. And we have equipped him with the Ringed Saber, so this is going to hopefully be his weapon class here. Let's just head in here before nightfall. Hopefully we can get an opportunity to... Oh god, we have Burn on his last legs, really. Well, not his last legs, more like his only chest, which wasn't doing too particularly well. But here is a fellow Skelly boy to take care of us. Amazing. And yeah, stats are coming along pretty much as we had them. And amazing, after our brief stay in Mongrel, we are now fighting the Fogmen once again, and we are actually doing pretty well against these guys. Sadneil is still a little bit weak, but hey, at least we've got a third companion who can carry his own weight a bit. Ooh, look at Noboterus, he's doing those flying kicks now. What level is he at? He has reached Martial Arts 42, and as he keeps improving, his martial arts moves are actually growing more sophisticated and Jackie Chan-like. Look at him go, he's just kicking people in the face and knocking them out. That's so lethal and deadly. Look, he's even standing up for Sadneil. Double palm. The weak, terrible warrior. Oh, look at him go. Kick! We are just going to keep looking around here. Let's just repair for a moment because we are about to set off on yet another adventure. Hoo-ha! And we have just traveled from Mongrel and the land of the Fogmen all the way back to Black Desert City, which seems to be more or less our home base right here. I mean, hey, it is, after all, the Skelly Boy city. And it looks like we're moving just a little bit faster. Sadneil coming up the rear here. Hey, it's great because we have all this armor on and now we're nice and protected. And it's a big bargain. We're going to go back here to the bar to sleep in the skeleton beds because, hey man, rentals here are only 200 cats, and that's great for Skelly boys like us. They've got 5 beds. Where else has 5 Skelly boy beds like this in the game? Now, we have come along far enough in our training. Toughness 62, martial arts 44, dodge 54 on Noboterus, which is great. Burn also has really good melee defense, pretty good melee attack, hacker ability, as well as toughness, and Sadneil appears as if he will more or less hold his own weight. We are going to attempt to recruit our 4th Skelly Boy ninja companion. He is quite different from our first 3 Skelly boys, though. He is a little bit, he's a bit of an oddball. And for all this, we are going to need to go to the Tower of Abuse, which is located somewhere around here in Venge. I believe this is Venge. And what better place to experience the mortal fixations on mind fluctuations than a training grounds, literally named the Tower of Abuse? Nowhere. Thus, not only in withstanding, but even at times seeking out discomfort, we overcome the limitations of soft, fleshly mortal forms. And we have arrived in Venge, where there are these roaming bands of thralls who are headless skeletons who have been subjected to the will of a greater skeleton who basically ensnared them in his mind trap. And it looks like a few more of them are joining in here. Now, these are rather weak. Whoa, that's a lot of them, but we are far stronger than them. These skeletons are... Oh my goodness, did you just see that? Noboterus just did his spinning round kick. We are pretty good at combat right now, so we're just going to speed through this. It's another little preparatory fight here, and yeah, we are pretty much getting through this okay. I mean, it's a little bit of extra training, but it's nice to have around. And we are making our way to this location that is called literally the Tower of Abuse. It is just this abandoned building here in the middle of the desert, and if we go inside, we should find our skeleton lab. Now, this is a bunch of skeletons who are very angry and kind of like disenfranchised, and they've taken over the other skeletons, and now they are all thralled. So these are not really that strong, but there are 2 skeletons in here that are actually really tough and scary. And then the other skeleton whom we're going to recruit, there he comes right now. Oh, this is Punk. He is actually a mini-boss of the Thrall Masters. Now, he has been driven mad. All right, now he is actually really good. There he is just beating Sadneil relentlessly, and it is a pretty intense fight right here. We could encounter him indoors so that our martial arts would do better. Oh, but honestly, this is a pretty good training opportunity as these foes are just a little bit stronger than us. So we're going to spend some time at the Tower of Abuse, more or less being abused until we slightly improve. It looks like Burn is just a little bit better in combat than the rest of us, because this is a valiant training opportunity, which I wouldn't pass up. Oh, look, we're just getting hit by Punk, but he's got that incredible Mei 2 weapon. I think that's a Mei-2 hold saber, so he has one of the better weapons in the game. He is like a major mini-boss. Right, we had to get down and then repair ourselves and get back up, and it's been a little bit of back and forth here, although Punk is actually quite strong. I'm not sure we're going to be able to get him on this first trip, because we are pretty banged up here. Oh no, there goes Nobotarus. Well, Burn has been a little bit better at defending himself. Eventually, martial arts does outscale many other combat types, but here comes the second of the mini-bosses. Yeah, this is maybe too much for us. This is Screamer the False, who is a crazed robot, and he is, I believe, the servant of Punk, but he is carrying this long spear-like weapon, and it is oh no, that's horrible. Why would you do that? Look, it's poor little Sad Neil right there. I can't look at him too long. Good, he's knocked him out. Yeah, we are just being horribly beaten here, but it's okay because we're gaining stats. Hang in there, Burn. At the very least, they will maybe have some mercy on us because we are their fellow Skelly Boy kin. Yeah, we still need to level up here. I think I may need to come back. Yeah, we didn't do too well in that fight. Burn has got Nobotarus on his back, and Sad Neil is not doing too particularly well either. We need to make our way to some beds. We're also being chased by thralls. I mean, we should be okay. We should recover, but we just need a little bit more hospitalization before the next fight. And hang in there, boys. Your abuse won't last for that much longer. Well, maybe it will. I don't want to get your hopes up. All right, we've taken about a day to come back, and we are ready for more abuse. That is our own abuse, and hopefully it will result in something better than the last time, because, oh, look, Nobotarus is actually getting a few hits off on Screamer the False, and he is a hard hitter, man. Look at him go. Burn also hanging in here. They've got some thralls on them, but I'm confident this time our boys... Oh, look at that. Burn actually got on a great swing right there, and he has got good defense, too. Sad Neil also taking up a little bit of room here. He's even taking on Screamer the False, well, at least for a little while. The only way to overcome abuse is through even greater masochism. It just goes to show. Okay, we have managed to isolate and take out Punk. He is rebooting. He is rebooting. This is dangerous, but we are going to keep a watch over him. We will repair him and then isolate him from the rest. Oh no, he's back up. Kick him while he's down. Kick him. He's no good at martial arts. There we go. All right. We don't want him completely obliterated, but... Okay, yeah, that is enough. In case if he becomes a danger to us again, we must leave him this way. I will pick him up with Sad Neil. Sad Neil, you will wait outside patiently and hold your position and let Nobotarus and Burn take care of the rest. Now we just have one screaming death metal robot to take out. All right, this is not bad. The rest is thralls, and the thralls are very weak, very, very weak, as well as Screamer the False, who is, well, pretty good, but, well, there's two of us and only one of him, so we should be able to beat him now. All right, it's just us and him, man. Oh, wow, look at all the hits we're getting. The martial arts training has finally paid off. Stay inside, stay inside. Oh, he does hit for quite a lot. But look, we also do. We are amazing. At last, after multiple beatings and sleeping in their skeleton beds, we have managed to get Screamer the False down to his last legs. Look, that was a hit for 33. We are strong, strong skelly men now. I think we can finally take him out by how horribly unfair I made this fight to them. Oh no, I'm still being beaten. Okay, some of these are unarmored blocks, or he's not mitigating them in any way. Oh, we're still just being beaten. Please don't beat us again. Oh, that feels so bad. Okay, after multiple comings and goings, we have managed to isolate just Screamer the False amongst the three of us. We really had to make this a 3v1 combat because this skelly boy is strong. But with the combined forces of all three of us and Mei-2 weapons, hopefully we can disarm this one skeleton. We still haven't even gotten one of his limbs down, man. He is good training, though, I will say that. And Sad Neil is down, Burn is down. Oh my goodness, we finally managed to take him down after multiple beatings. Pick this man up. We isolated Punk. We just had to make the fight really unfair. Okay. Where is Punk, too? Where is Punk? There is Punk. Okay, pick up his body. Wait, no, that's not Punk. Okay, we have taken both Punk and Screamer the False hostage, and they are no longer able to damage us anymore. Actually, let's take away his weapon, too. Yeah, he will no longer damage us. Alright, now for the reason why we came to the Thrall Masters. Upstairs in this cage in the back room, we have yet another Skelly Boy up here. He is a slightly different model from the bots we are used to seeing, but let us approach him and discuss with him. We are going to talk to Agnew. Grr! Arg! Oh, there, calm down. Alright, he is just growling at us, flailing around in his cage. Who are you? How did you end up in this cage? That is too bad. Agnew is basically a vegetable, except... Don't worry, buddy, I'll get you out of here. Okay, we have picked the lock, and Agnew has actually just automatically joined us. Let's get a look at him. So his stats are 1 in everything except for strength 50. Alright, Skelly boys, escape the tower together. Our number has risen to 4. The best things, after all, come in 4s. 4 skeletons, 4 appendages, the 4 senses, and being punched in the face 4 times. Our trials at the Tower of Abuse have ended in even greater self-actualization. Alright, we have made our way back from the Tower of Abuse to Squin, where the Sheks live, and we have kept both Punk and Screamer the False hostage. They are able to be recruited if we manage to get them into cages. Agnew has just been growling and saying random stuff, and we can't really communicate with him, but he does seem loyal to our faction. So what we're going to do next is build a base to see if we can actually just, well, either recruit or if we have to thrall both Punk and Screamer the False, because they are quite strong and they would be better in our hands. Alright, we have begun an outpost between Squin and the hub, so here we go. We are putting up our first shack, and finally we have a home after our time in exile as nobodies. Well, we weren't really in exile, we just sort of had nothing to begin with, but finally a roof over our heads. Now, we still are carrying around Screamer the False and Punk on our shoulders, so we need to get these guys offloaded. So we're going to try to keep them here where it's safe. This is a relatively newbie beginner area. So I'm just going to send out Agnew is still quite useless, so we are going to have him complete some errands here and hopefully get some more building materials. Go, Agnew, run. You may be slow and sluggish and dumb, but hey, you're our nincompoop. And in the meantime, while we are completing some errands, we've got up a research bench, so now we can hopefully get the blueprints made so that we can get some prisoner cages and recruit these guys. And this is quite unfortunate. I am just learning that Agnew is incapable of talking to people. Agnew can't talk to anyone, so he is sort of like this lumbering giant who is incapable of communication, sort of like an Ajaxian figure. So we are going to return to our outpost, and I guess that Agnew is really good only for, like, mule labor. Alright, we've managed to get enough materials that we can now begin work on a second shack in addition to our first, because we really just don't have enough space in there for a larger research bench. So let's get the rest of those materials in, and then everybody works on it together, and that just speeds up the work on it, and it's coming along. Right, with the shack complete, we've now managed to get work begun on a second research bench here. So look at us go. We are teching up and advancing. Amazing. At last, we have got all the research complete for prisoner cages, and we can just finish building these things up. And now we should be able to put Punk and Screamer the False into their own cages. So here we go. We'll just build up another one so we can get them both in there together. And cool, we are just about ready now. Agnew has been carrying Punk on his shoulder all this time, and Sadniel has had Screamer the False. Okay, let us begin to converse with them inside of their cages. Hang on, just everyone stand back. I'm going to speak with some crazy, corrupted skeletons right now. All right, what have Punk talked to? I'm listening. Here are your choices. 1, join us, and 2, you can die. Well, that is quite direct. Ha ha, I can wait, machine man. All right, he is not going so willingly. What of Screamer the False? Alright, let's talk. Alright, so here's the deal. You have 2 choices. You can join us willingly or by force. It disturbs me that they laugh in skeleton machine-like fashion. Don't be ridiculous. To make me join your pathetic gang, you'll need an AI core. Why is he giving me all of the directions to make him join us? Alright, we need an AI core and a way to get at the access codes, and I doubt you could do either. Well, now that's where you're wrong. We've got ourselves an AI core, just not here and now. However, I do know how to get access at those codes, so as soon as we have the core, I guess it'll be the hard way. Let's be reasonable now. Or wait, you're bluffing, right? There's no way. I'll believe it when I see it. Or you could just let me out. Alright, we are going to shut him down because I don't actually have any of this. We need an AI core, and I guess we can start scratching away at getting these guys to join our faction. So, side mission here, but hey, once it's done, we will increase our number by 2. This is getting to be kind of a crazy ragtag group. There is our starting protagonist, his faithful companion, the bad attitude layabout, the lumbering, non-verbal giant, Yet now we have attracted 2 completely psychotic and yet somehow endearing criminals, all of whom are robots. Amazing. All right, let's get those AI cores. All right, we have returned to the Tower of Abuse, the home of the Thrall Masters, to find an AI core. There should be one in here, in one of these boxes. Here we go. This is the AI core we have been seeking. It is a research artifact worth 25,000 cats, but we need one in order to convert our bots. Okay, we actually have multiple here, so this is good. We are coming out of all this with quite a lot of spoils. There's even more to go through here. Let me just bring this stuff back to our homeland to convert these bots. All right, we have brought all of our research books back here and got to tech level 4. This is our next major development here. And now we can do the prisoner conversion over in the other room. So let's go bring the AI core, the tech level 4, and bring these bots to our faction, hopefully. All right, we have finally got through to Punk. I'm listening. So, I'm guessing you like tinkering, fiddling around with tech and all that good stuff. Oh, maybe we could convince him. Yeah, well, anything to do with skeletons, I know what to do. Get to the point. All right, maybe we can convince him to do a job that he would enjoy. Go to hell. All right. Oh, amazing. We've actually got Punk to join our faction. All right, he came in through sheer convincing alone, so we didn't actually have to brainwash him or anything. It's great to see him. I think we can give him his weapon back now. Punk, he is pretty good. He is about at our level in stats, although he's pretty well-rounded. What are we looking at here? So he's better in many areas, but also maybe not quite as developed in a few that we have done so. He is honestly a pretty good recruit, though, so this is by default a great combatant. We've got Punk, the leader of the Thrall Masters, who has joined us, and he is a different robot breed. I believe he goes up to only about 150 on each of his stats, whereas our other skeletons go up to 200, so maybe not like as much HP, but still a pretty strong recruit. All right, can we get Screamer the Falls to join? Enter command code. Oh, it's unfortunate that he doesn't just answer to Punk, but I think we can go orange, 34, clay, fortune. Amazing. We are now programming loyalty to our faction into Screamer the Falls. So we have taken who is arguably the crazier of the 2 robots and reprogrammed him to join us. So one we got to join by convincing him, and the other one was already sort of a mindless automaton to begin with, who was just sort of staring at us and saying things like, eliminate, eliminate. Well, we have brainwashed him. Most of us got to keep our free will, I think. This is getting to be like the goofiest band of ninja swordsmen I have ever created. It really does feel like the subplot of an anime that I hope gets written someday. Legend tells of the 7 swordsmen who settled their differences to preserve life. Coming to town, whereby from each a flurry of 7 swift blows the establishment of justice is preserved. Alright, we've just been hanging out at the crib for a minute, and we are being visited by the Black Ninja Genin. The lady wants decent loot, and that's what we're gonna get her. Okay, so they are working for the ninja lady. Unfortunately for them, I do believe that we are slightly stronger now, although these are actually pretty decent ninjas. Let's see how we do against them in combat, because there are many of them. Oh, we are actually getting hit with quite a lot of, well, small cuts and bruises, but Screamer the False is pretty good in combat. He has good all-around stats, similar to Punk's. Punk is also a fantastic fighter here. He has got the spear polearm. Agnew is still quite terrible. He's just sort of bumbling around and getting hit a lot, but hey, maybe later on that strength will come in handy, either with heavy weapons or martial arts, for which it's really good. But right now, he is just sort of getting hit in the face a lot. And of course, Noboterus, Burn, and Sad Neil continue to develop their incredible strengths. So, okay, it looks like we actually managed to beat most of these ninjas. We will take their garb and assume their form. Look at this one ninja. 1 limp arm, and he still can't even take out Agnew, although he is doing, honestly, a pretty good job. As promised, we have assigned Punk to researching now. We are getting batteries and power, because the next project is probably going to be skeleton beds sooner or later, so that when we come home, we can fully heal and recharge instead of having to pay all of these bars and places we go out to, because, well, we've made a lot of money, but we're now back down to 40,000 cats, which is still pretty good, because, remember, we don't have to eat, but, well, we do need to repair over time, so there is that. And amazing, we have finally got all the materials ready for a win wind turbine here. We can just... Oh, we need a little bit more here, but this is the general construction. All right, we have just chased off a raid from some dust bandits, and now we have our wind turbine ready, so we are generating power. We still need the beds, but hey, at least we've got our system up and running here, and we are cooking. Alright, we needed some ancient science books to get our research up to where we're at, but the one last piece that we're missing still, now we're down to 28,000 cats, is some ancient engineering research. Actually, it's not even ancient, it's just regular engineering blueprints, but these items are pretty rare, and 8,000 cats a piece, so they're not cheap. But these should help us get the skelly bed research. So now we can finally start repairing at our own home base wherever we want to build one of these things. But we had to go to the Skelly Boy town to get some. And with all that, we've returned home. Now we are researching the skelly repair beds. We have a little bit of research going on at each bench, and it shouldn't be too long before we can build them up here. And we are just about finished here with all the electrical components, iron plates, and copper we needed. And now we have a fully functional skelly bed. Well, it will work only when there's wind, but there is wind quite often here, so there goes Nobotarus. His stats are all recharging back up to 200, and we can just take turns sharing the bed. We will see in a moment. Let's just get Punk in the skelly bed to heal. See how his stats go up only to 150, so he's a slightly different model of skeleton than the rest of us. I don't remember what name, but yeah, he goes up to only 150. We could eventually replace these limbs, but I'm just gonna get everybody else repaired. Screamer the False is also a 200 HP. Actually, I believe we could go over 200 with certain limbs, but hey, it's nice to be able to get back into full shape without having to pay anybody at an inn any extra money. So amazing, we are all healthy and ready to go again. All right, now that being said, one of the fastest ways to make money in Kenshi is to gather up beak thing eggs. Let's just get Nobotarus here, take off your trader backpack for a minute. I'm gonna have him gather the eggs, but I think we actually do stand a fighting chance here in combat against these beak things. And hey, if they take us down, well, they aren't going to eat us, and if they take off our arms and legs, well, we'll just replace them, and hopefully everyone will be okay since there's so many of us. Man, we're really not doing too well in combat. Agnew got really messed up right there, but that's because he's so terrible at everything. But see, we are getting some pretty good hits in against these beak things after their original flurry of blows, but it looks like, ooh, Punk's actually going to take out one beak thing single-handedly, it looks like. Oh, look at him go. He just took one down. Yes. Oh, I love it when our enemies join us as new friends. It's so inspiring a tale. All right, we've taken down yet another. We got to remove their leathers in order to take them out completely. But hey, I mean, it's a lot of practice for your robot squad. Amazing. Look at all the experience we're getting. All right, we've just been making our way down the river here and fighting more beak things. It's daytime now, so this gives us a little bit of a better view, and we are ganging up on them. They stand no chance against our fearsome warriors. Gathering beak thing eggs as we've gone. We've now got back up to 42,000 cats, and we'll get even more over here. We'll just leave on the trader backpack. Look how fast these things run, man. All right, let me just try to gather them up a couple at a time, because they are still pretty strong, and these are only the little ones. They get so big, man. Oh, this is a baby one, but they're still so, like, aggressive and fearsome. All right, this one looks pretty much taken care of. Only a few beak thing eggs in this nest, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, that's worth a good chunk of change when we get back to town. So we are making money, and hopefully that will help us finance the rest of our expeditions because they're getting quite expensive. All right, after conquering many of the beak thing nests, I decided to make a stop here at one of the holy mines. Now, I really don't think we're ready for any holy military city right now because they are quite well defended and very high level. They have some of the strongest warriors in the game, and they hate us very much. But the holy mines shouldn't be too bad, and we could maybe free some of their captives while we're here. We've got one guy just guarding these gentlemen, and we can unshackle them as they go. Oh, actually, it looks like some of them are already willfully escaping. Let me get the other guys. We should get these in a minute. Oh no, there's another one. You gotta be careful about bodyguards right here. Nobotarus, take off your backpack. Actually, I'll let him while he gets some extra experience bringing down his stats. It's fine. Whatever. Yes, we are starting to free the captives. Oh no, don't get them hit in combat, but it looks like this guy's joined us. Amazing. We are finally fighting for good. Yes, freedom, freedom. This still isn't maybe as one-sided as I'd wanted it to be, although it looks like we made that guy go running. Nah, he's still just back in a fight. All right, I've got to take out this mine. There are a few little tricky areas here, like I've got to take out these little bolt throwers, and I mean, as long as no patrols pass, we should be okay to take this out. I don't really know if we have anyone to take place of the current rulers, but hey, it's something. Holy Nation are now hostile toward us. Well, tell me what I didn't already know. My friends, we have done it. We have liberated one holy mine here. We have taken many of their guards by surprise, but it looks like one of the escaped servants may be trying to join us. Lower servant. I think if we just run away here, will he come with us? Yeah, he actually wants to join us. Well, Flashbag, you are too slow, for we are the robot superheroes, and unfortunately you are simply too weak. But I'm glad that you're happy. Marvelous. Thank you so much. Oh, we actually do good things for humans. It may not be worth much, but I'm in. I owe you my life, and I'll repay this debt to you somehow. Well, don't get taken again. Look, there's another patrol. Go hide somehow. Right. Unfortunately, we can't keep these guys. It is funny to get a couple of them in. Oh, look, they're not terrible at everything either. This guy's actually decent. It's too bad, but I am going to have to dismiss this guy. We're just going to go over to squad here. Oh, farewell, lower servant. Live a better life. Let's see, where does he go? Oh, no, please don't just get immediately beaten up again. Oh, no. He has been detained once again as an escapee. I can't fight every fight. All right, maybe one more, but it's kind of funny that they're trying to join us. Oh, look at this poor man just escaped from captivity. You hate to see it. All right, well, we'll have to just keep liberating him over and over again. Never mind. Look, Nobotorus is finally doing his spinning roundhouse kick. Occasionally, you can see him jump into the air. All right, after that brief run-in with the Holy Nation, we have made our way back to Black Desert City, and unfortunately, there are no skeletons that are recruitable here at the bar. I do believe we get some randomization each time we run up the game, but skeletons are really rare to recruit just as random companions. We just have one patron here at the bar, and I'm not about to just start taking people captive. I mean, the mini-bosses, it made sense for, but I don't want to, like, bring the hostilities of a town. I like it here too much. I'm not going to try to just recruit the whole town. I guess you could if you wanted to make a big army, but I like our ragtag band of skeleton compadres, so we'll look around a little bit more in the United Cities. I think that Punk may actually have a bounty on his head from the UC, but maybe we'll just keep him farther outside of them while we go in and look. All right, we made our way to Heng as well as Stoat, and now we're at Heft, which is the biggest of the United Cities. And unfortunately, I haven't found any skeletons to recruit, so it's not really a major surprise. I've just sent in Nobotorus alone because he is pretty much a nobody welcome customer, and once again, not too much surprise there are no skeletons to recruit here, it seems. So, all right, well, whatever. There may be a couple others that we could recruit somewhere else, but we've got a pretty good squad going right now, so I think let's focus on what we've got. And again, we've made our way over here to Flats Lagoon just for one last shot at finding some companions. We're gonna look in the bar here. I think this is pretty much our squad, though. Unfortunately, no skeletons in here. All right, well, whatever. 6 is company 2, I suppose. That's more than enough people. We should be able to do a lot of damage to society, just the few of us now. So, let's train up. The training commences. But for what, you ask? I could say, fight. But for whom? The noble warrior seeks out challenge. Not that he be known by others, but to seek to be worthy of being known. From Flats Lagoon, we have made our way south to Fish Isle, where here we will meet the Fishmen and King Gurgler, which are fairly weak enemies, but they are extremely numerous, so they should provide some low-risk training here. Just look at the incredible hits we give to these Fishmen. How much life do they have on each limb? Well, 200 or 150, depending on the body part. Pretty good, so that should be a great volume of meat to cut through. Here we go. Look at them just swarming, but we cut through them like butter. Now, to be fair, this isn't maybe the very best way to train. But hey, it is another mini-boss, and we will make some cats off of this in the end. See, they really aren't all that good, but it is a rather impressive spectacle, you gotta admit, right? And look at Nobotarus. He is now at martial arts level 53, spinning, jumping, kicking, and more. And honestly, it is quite scary. At 55, I believe we unlock the final move, which I think is the flying knee strike, which we haven't seen from him yet. But it is a terrible, terrible move. And some heavy weapons coming in here with Screamer the False. We've got that fragment axe, as well as Agnew, who can bear the weight of these immense weapons. Amazing. Let us proceed to the Alpha Gurgler Fishman. All right, we are at just about the southernmost tip. All right, we have reached the tower at the bottom of the island, and if we just go up a couple of floors here, 1 and 2, we reach the gathering of the fishmen, where the Alpha Gurgler, who is extremely tall, is at the top of the stairs, and there we are, encountering him. This is a really cramped spot to go, but we are at the top of the stairway, and oh my gosh, this fight is really one-sided. Couldn't you even believe it? Although, against him, the big boss, what has he got? 150 on each limb, 200 on his legs. That's not so bad. I mean, we'll beat him. He took down Agnew, though, but that's not really all that impressive, I suppose. Anyway, I'm just gonna skip through this fight. This is pretty easy. All right, we managed to down the King Gurgler, and we have taken his head, his Gurgler head, which unfortunately we cannot turn him into any faction, but 60,000 cats is a chunk of change once again, so. I mean, you know, not really that big a fight. How are our stats doing? Let's just travel up into the land. We're gonna sell this somewhere, but hey, I mean, keeping up with our protagonist, Nobotarus, he is now at strength 30. Strength isn't really all that impressive. We haven't really intentionally worked on it. Honestly, throughout this playthrough, I haven't super cheesed any stat. There are exploits we could go through, but they're more useful for just one guy. I think it's fine. Anyway, I mean, his dodge is nearing 70. That's really high. And martial arts is nearing 55, which is the last skill acquisition, or at least combat move. 84 athletics. He's really grown a lot. How is everybody else growing up with him? Burn at similar places, just with weapons instead of martial arts. A little bit behind him. Sad Neil's starting to catch up to them. Oh man, look at all of these fishmen here. This is going to be a spectacle. Let's watch this. Oh, there's 2 groups of them. Holy cow, man. Just look at us cutting through them. That is incredible. Wow. Anyway, Punk and Screamer the False probably not really leveling up much, but hey, Agnew is actually a formidable force here now. Just look at them go, man. I almost forgot to mention, yeah, Combat Cleaver, another Meitu one. Meitu are pretty much the best weapons, best weapons in the game. We still haven't gotten the very best one, which is probably Catlon's Meitu Falling Sun, but just look at us mowing through them. They're running off if they lose the use of their arms, like Naruto. There they go. Oh, very cool, very cool. Even those little combat lamps lighting up the night, I've attached those to some of our belts now. It just gives it this ghastly glow. It is beautiful, though. All right, we are just mowing through them now. Amazing. Oh, this is so terrible. We were going through the bone fields on the way back, and we encountered a giant... It looks like we've slain it now. A giant beak thing, which is really just a beak thing, but slightly larger. This is a sad moment. Sad Neil has lost one of his legs. Now, that being said, this would be quite terrible, but we're a skeleton, so we can attach more skeleton limbs. Well, we could if we were human anyway, but I mean, it's really not that bad. He's just gonna get a new and improved leg. Agnew looks to be pretty healthy. Let's pick up Sad Neil, since you are, after all, the strongest. Unfortunately, one of our Skelly Boy companions is incapacitated right now. Although, other than that, he's pretty much fine, but he will keep losing oil, so we have to keep an eye on that. If we don't get a new leg on him soon, he could perish. But, well, we are in a bit of a remote location in the world. Not good. Because look at the size of this thing, man. These things just one-hit body parts. It's crazy, these beak things. Very fearsome and strong. While we're waiting, I did mean to come to the old prison, and this is actually only a really quick detour so that we could pick up King Gorilla. We've already got one man on our back in Sad Neil. Sad Neil's still got a good amount of oil left, so I think we're actually okay to take out King Gorilla here, who is a very, very brolic man, and there he is. But look how quickly he goes down. We just did so much damage to him. We are so much more powerful. We were really over-leveled for this boss, but this is really just a quick detour. I'll just speed through this one. Although it looks like Nobotarus is struggling against these guys. That is too bad. Well, we're fine otherwise. I guess it was something with martial arts. Anyway, pick up this man. Someone grab him. He has been lifting simply to... Look at the size of this man. But he also has a Mei 2 weapon. We'll get him again while he's up. Look, there goes Screamer the False. Very easy. Alright, we checked Katten, and they didn't have any repair beds or any new limbs or anything like that, so we're really just kind of desperately running out for Flats Lagoon here, or just anywhere where we can get a skelly repair bed. I'm not even sure that's going to be enough. We just have to kind of keep trekking it, because right now Sadniel is down to 10 oil. He can go negative, but this is no good. If he gets too low, he will die, and Agnew may have to run up, because the rest of our company is just lagging behind. This is no good. Sadniel is in critical condition here, and it is bad. Alright, the other Skelly boys are kind of lagging behind. You can ignore them for a second. They'll be okay. Well, it looks like Nobotarus is just knocked out for a moment, and now burned too. But hey, what's important is Sadniel got to the robotics trader here in Flats Lagoon. Let's see, it was left leg. So we're just going to grab him a left leg here to prevent that oil from causing him to bleed out, because this is now going negative. We're not quite at his KO point, so he did manage to survive it, but only by the skin of his teeth. So we're just going to grab one of these. It doesn't really matter which one. Probably just, I don't know, scout leg looks good. Well, that was a great sequence. We have finally made our way back here to the Shek Kingdoms of Squin, right nearby our outpost. We had a Skelly Boy repair bed, and we actually did manage to get Sadniel back up on a new limb. You could see his left leg right there is slightly different, better for running than the right one. It's no longer a skeleton leg, but a scout leg right here he's got on. So it's only a shoddy kind, so it's really just a minor replacement. It also has very low health at 70, so it's not as good as his old leg, but it does make him a little bit faster. And eventually, once we get back to Black Desert City and we can get good limbs, we'll replace this. Besides, and beyond that, let's go over here to the police station. We do have another bounty. We've got Nobotarus with King Gorillo on his back, so he was a pretty easy enemy to take out, but hey, it's nice to get a few extra cats. How much is he worth? Let's bring him to the 100 Guardian. And 50,000 cat reward. Pretty good. Is he even going to fit into the cell? Here we go. He's going up into the Shek jail. You get what you deserve. Oh no, he's just been put onto a post. Well, I guess he was simply too brolic to fit into one of those cells. I hope it gets better for you. Well, our Skelly boys are improving. All right, well, from Squin, we have made our way to Black Desert City here, where we are going to visit the robotics trader. We're back up over 106,000 cats. And where is it? Right about here? Yeah, with the, robot arm on the side as the label. Let's just go inside. Now, this trader has the best limbs in the entire game. Which one were we missing in? Was it right or left? Our left leg. So we can't replace the other ones till we lose them. There are ways and means of doing that, but left leg masterwork worth 27,000. We probably just want to acquire this in case if anybody else gets it. All right, well, we wound up acquiring a few limbs, these scout legs, as well as this KLR series masterwork leg. So we're now up to 290 on one of our legs, and it doesn't really do anything for his stealth or swimming, but this is a combat leg, and it will hold up even better than a regular skeleton leg. So if we look at Sadniel, you can see how his his left leg looks a little bit different from his right. Only just slightly. It's a little bit more golden too, kind of. But this is the ideal combat leg and far more powerful than a regular, even a skeleton leg, which is pretty powerful to begin with. So off we go to, well, we're going to see what we can do to Bad Teeth now. It is the way of nature that whatever dies will come once again to life stronger than before. Just as the phoenix rises anew from its ashes, so our new limbs of untold alloys forge destinies new. Right, we have arrived on the outskirts of the southernmost of the Holy Nation's cities, and we will just see how we can do in combat against these guys. I might set them to hold, because there is a lot to break off right here. We are just at the base of kind of a mountain-like fortress right here, and I don't think we can deal with all of them, but hey, I mean, one guard patrol of 4 or 5 is not too bad for us. It's just a matter if they'll start getting up and the amount of endurance that will be required to complete this fight. So a few of these guys, paladins, totally fine, but if we start encountering lots of inquisitors, that means trouble. Except some of them keep losing things mid-combat, which is making it a little bit easier to deal with them. Oh, look, that's the flying knee strike! Oh, you love to see a flying knee strike. Amazing. Nobotarus. You've come so far. We're all very proud of you for how strong and skilled you've become, Nobotarus. Look at him go. Another flying knee strike. 88 damage. Wow, look at him go. 106 damage in one knee strike. And even that's not as bad as some hits can get in this game, man. Okay, we've made our way up into the city a bit, and so far, no major guard patrols. A few people who live in the city, but honestly, we have kept to just one side and tried not to bite off too many from the buildings. It is cumbersome, but hey, I mean, everyone is still relatively in good shape. As long as we just fight smaller battles one by one, we can kind of manage the amount of fighting we have to deal with. I'm not sure we're going to be able to fully get through the city, though. I mean, we just kind of took up this area and attracted all the guards, and it's already nightfall, so it was a lot to do, man. You know, I stand corrected. We did actually manage to get all the way through the town. It took until morning, so pretty much a full day of attacking bad teeth. But here we go, just a few last prison guards to deal with. Now, these guys are really well armed, so they might knock out a couple of us. But what is maybe my favorite part at the end of this conflict, Nobotarus, you have taken down only one of this prison guards. Go in, free the prisoners. Let's go upstairs, and there should be a few people up here that we can... Oh no, just one guy. All right, well, we can pick his lock, 59%. I have a really good chance of getting this on the first try. And look, be free, escaped servant. Amazing, amazing. We have liberated the entire town. Now, I don't believe we're actually technically allied with the Sheks yet. They are friendly to us, so we are definitely hostile with the Holy Nation now. So I'm not sure they'll really take this over yet, but hey, the town is severely weakened for when we come back. And yeah, they don't stand a chance against us. Anyway, a victory for the Skelly Boys. That's the first town we've taken over. Once again, the reason why we're doing this is because the Holy Nation just sort of unconditionally hates skeleton people, and we are skeleton people, and we desire our freedom and all that. So yeah, good stuff. All right, in an attempt to continue conquering the Holy Nation, or at least take a big chunk out of it, we have come to Stack, which is a far stronger city. Not the strongest by any means, but it does contain High Inquisitor Seta, who is actually a very strong NPC. Oh wait, we don't want to get too far in there or they will imprison us and take away our things. We're just going to set the hold position so we kind of hang out outside here, even if that interferes with our combat abilities slightly. Well, whatever. Okay, cool. All right, maybe don't hold. Agnew went down. Agnew keeps going down, but he is somewhat of a lummox. All right, another one down. I'm going to see if I can make my way into the city. Right, a little bit of aggro has led us at last to High Inquisitor Seta. I still don't think we can beat him. There's too many passing guards, but I'm gonna try to aggro some of these guys out of the city. And yeah, this wasn't too good. Unfortunately, despite the fact that we made them walk away with somewhat grievous wounds, we were also somewhat grievously wounded. No, don't take our men captive. I didn't want to fight them in the city here. Let's just attack them so that they don't confiscate our weapons or anything. It is a tricky place because you can get your weapons confiscated. Look at Burn. One of his arms is limp. We'll have to repair it, but yeah, not really successful, but hey, that's a sign that you're going against threats that are improving. Our stats all around are getting a lot better. Look, Nobotarus at toughness 70. It's great to come someplace where you actually get hit because, well, that decreases the damage you take over time, you know? Getting hit, once again, makes you stronger. Well, that didn't really work out. I've decided to make my way over to the Bugmaster. Now, the Bugmaster is perhaps an even higher level NPC, but he's relatively isolated, so I consider him to be a fight that is okay, and also too, I believe that the Sheks respect us once we take him down, and we've had time to repair, so we're in good spirits. We are a merry band of adventurers. Look at us all with our Meitu weapons, except maybe Agnew's, as well as Nobotarus just doesn't use a weapon, but his hands and feet. We make our way into the really accursed lands here with these giant skin spiders. Very scary stuff. All right, we have taken out the skin spiders guarding his lair. Just about, maybe one more left here. These guys should go down pretty fast. I mean, they are mindless monsters, but yeah, they're no more. Let's head upstairs now. We've got a Bugmaster to take care of. Now, the Bugmaster looks slightly different every time you meet him. So, who is he this time? He is a really buff guy who honestly looks a little bit like Holy Lord Phoenix. I believe he has... I think it's a saber in hand. I mean, I think we already have this type of weapon, but he is pretty good, and there is a good chance chance that we will all go down in this. So actually, let's see if we can aggro him over to the edge of the room. Just because if we go down, I don't want him to continuously hit us all. Now, he's more or less a friendly fight. Oh, wow, we actually got a hit in on him. Nice. Oh, Nobotarus. He's got in such an amazing hit on him. Let's see if we get another one like that again. But this is more or less like the superhero training of our heroic squad. Oh no, Agnew has already gone down. Well, that's not a big surprise, but Punk is also down, and Punk is good. Nobotarus even got a really big hit in there. We're going to have to get a lot of being hit in before we beat this guy. He is like the master, man. Look at him. Oh, wow. Maybe heavy weapons aren't the best for this, but it's all we've got. Okay, his left arm is down. That might be enough. That might be enough. Nobotarus just got in a lot of hits on him. Is Nobotarus okay? Surely someone will be able to get up. Oh, he actually may take us all down, in which case, you know, we learned from the master. Oh, it's only Screamer the False and Nobotarus and... Oh, wow. Sad Neil is back up trying to just keep him at bay while his arm is limp. Oh, the team is looking out for each other. Actually, Sad Neil is just bleeding down now. Hang on a second. Ooh. Agnew is actually really low on his head. That's no good. We gotta get this boy up. Oh, he's even surviving past his KO point. Even Screamer the False. This is not good. Okay, we just barely managed to get in some triage here. It was actually looking rather bad for us. Although I think everyone is in pretty good spirits now, except Agnew, who is dying. Get him up quick. Get him up. Punk is saved. Oh, this turned out to be a little bit scarier than I thought it would. Okay, Agnew is safe. Burn is safe. Everyone's good. Phew, that was close. We made it. We survived. We just have to take him on one more time and not get hit. Bro, we're like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now, here's where skeletons have an advantage over humans. We are able to almost instantaneously repair, whereas humans need more time, so we can get right back into the fight a little bit faster. Okay, we had to leave and come back, but he's so low. Look at his stomach. He's at -3 and about to drop. We've got 4v1 right here, as long as we just get... Yes, we did it! Oh, he is a downed Bugmaster. Let us take his weapon and use him for the remaining experience here just for a moment, because this is a happy day in the lives of our compatriots. They will sing songs about this day. I mean, there is a lot to be learned from the Bugmaster. He is one of the strongest NPCs in the game. It's fortunate that he is totally isolated, because we would not have survived that if there were multiple Guardians. Oh, and we still have all these skin spiders to take out too. This is such a tease. Much as he is a bad guy, I do respect him. He's sort of like the master, you know? He's like a martial artist. How does he contort himself into these positions? We may never know, because we are just not skilled enough to understand him. But yeah, it does not look like he's getting back up. Hang on a second, let me just see if we can we first aid him? Oh no, he is back up actually, but without his weapon, he is not anywhere near as strong, so we have taken him down. All right, victory for the robots. I mean, after near defeat, a couple of us nearly died in that fight, but hey, it made us that much stronger, you know? All right, Nobotarus, you grab him. We are leaving now with our, well, hopefully some more money once we turn this guy in. The fiercest of warriors is like obsidian, forged in flame. Only through the passing of great hardship does the spirit of fire take shape. So too does the passing of yet another trial harden the resolve of the magnanimous man. We have made our way north to Admag, which is the Shek capital city, and a very strong town, I will add. We have brought with us the Bugmaster. Agnew is carrying him now because he is a strong, strong guy. Here walks the warrior of warriors. The Sheks are all impressed with us for beating the Bugmaster, but what will this guy say? Hang on a second. Let me just put him down. Is he conscious now? He's slightly injured, but he'll be back up in a second. Just put him down, and he is still limp. Let's put him in the hands of Nobotarus, our leader. There we go, and speak. What is this? They nudge at the Bugmaster's limp body and look at you, bemused. Hand over bounty. Their eyes widen as they give you a stern nod. Honor kin. Take him to Bayan at HQ. Alright, so we have basically been received with honor by the Sheks. So here we go. Everyone is like asking what's going on here. They've been looking for this guy for many years. Take him to Bayan. Where is Bayan? Alright, Bayan, I have the notorious criminal. Is that the Bugmaster? Hundreds of years, and he's finally finally been slain. Call it my trophy. I thought I'd just show him off. Impressive, all right. Honor to you, Ken. Oh, I think we have to place him in a cell? All right, we'll hand him over. Relations with the Holy Nation decreased by 10. You go down in history for this as an ally of the Shek. There's nothing. I enjoyed the challenge. All right, well, we just got 100,000 cat reward, and we have become allies with the Sheks. And, well, we were already enemies with the Holy Nation, but that wasn't going to change much, so hey, at least we have one friend. One of these days, I gotta do an evil playthrough. I really haven't done one in a while, and I mean, the Sheks are great allies because they help you take over the Holy Nation and actually create some friendly outposts, but it seems to happen to me every time. Anyway, let's go back up to Stack. I think we've gained enough levels from that fight that we're now able to actually contend with their High Inquisitors. Alright, with most of the city defenses more or less downed, it's time to head back in once more in Stack to the lair, the city center of High Inquisitor setup. Now, I really don't want to fight him in here. If we can go aggro him outside and just bring his men with us, that would be ideal. Oh, it looks like they remain set on staying in there. Let's see if we can fight them somehow. All right, we'll fight you on your own terms. At the very least, if they do take us into custody, we could just keep rearming ourselves right here because I think we have what it takes. Now, this is High Inquisitor Seta. Look at how strong and muscular he is. It's very impressive. He has a good weapon, but it's mainly just how buff he is that prevents us from really doing much to him. Are we actually able to get through? Yeah, we've already taken his stomach down to half without too much effort. The other High Inquisitors, man, all of that fighting really improved us. We could hardly even fight this guy before. Now we're all still standing. It just goes to show, if you fight the hardest of fights, you will become something even greater than you could have been before. Wow, that was way easier than I expected. Let's disarm him, though, because that felt kind of lucky to me. I will just grab his weapon. And what does he have? Paladin's Cross. Not even that good. Yeah, I guess if he had a better weapon, he might last longer, but he is still pretty good. Let's just bring him back. I think we can turn him into the Sheks. And that is one more city off the map. Right, we have returned this time to Squin, just since it was closer nearby Stack, and we have with us High Inquisitor Seta, who is... How much do we get for him? You've brought me an Ocronite. Alright, 40,000 cats, not anywhere near as high as the Bugmaster, but still not a bad sum. We're now up to 183,000 cats, and we are rich boys again. Look at us. We are so strong and manly. God, look at all of our varying forms, robot types, and statures. We are such a united group of many different skeletons from many different backgrounds. Right after all of that, I've returned to Stack, and it's now green, which means that the Sheks have taken it over. I guess because we allied with them, you could really do this in the reverse, I suppose. But hey, it's nice to have some friendly territory where we can do some trading, turning in of criminals, or anything else like that. The next one, we'll go back to Bad Teeth, because we conquered that also too, but we just had no alliances. So let's see what they've got going over there. We now have a lot more friendly territory over here. And back to Bad Teeth, sure enough, it is also turned green, which means that the Sheks have taken over it too. If we walk up, we should see some Shek guardians outside guarding the front. It looks like that was an escaped servant running away. Good to see you back, Burnt. Wow, they actually cited us by name. Kind of rare. Anyway, a lot more friendly territory here. Now, the last of the sites here is Blister Hill, but we are nowhere near strong enough to attack this place. This is a siege, and it contains Holy Lord Phoenix, who is one of the most well-guarded and strong NPCs in the game. Mainly, it's just that he has so many paladins around him. I'm sure if it were just us and him, we could take him, but it would feel really cheesy, so I think we need to get a lot stronger here. We're going to need to create some new side quest if we want to take this guy on, because we can't take over the rest of the Holy Nation until we do a little bit more training before that ultimate challenge. But for now, we celebrate with the Sheks. And so it falls to the way of the warrior to assume at times formlessness and absence. For absence doesn't always mean no thing, but often mistakes a great change on the horizon. The superior man uses this fact to assume great power. Alright, I've returned to Black Desert City here at the Scrap House, and I'm starting to think about what I'm going to do next. So this guy's got some really good weapons. We have 159,000 cats. We have really good items, weapons, and armor. Just look at everybody's inventory. We've picked up a couple of extra limbs. We're still melee martial arts here. We've got the combat cleaver on Burn. We've got the ringed saber, or the hold saber on Sadneil. All of these are made to weapons. Now the foreign saber on Agnew. Punk's, whatever this thing is, the heavy polearm. And Screamer the False has now got the exile plank, the Meitu exile plank, which was from, I think it was Gorillo? We might have lost a weapon here or there, but hey, we want to arm up before our next set of fights because, believe it or not, I've been thinking about all the skeletons that are named that are left in the world, and we've really got Tin Fist, who is way too strong for us. But also, I think we might stand a chance fighting Catlon. And wouldn't it be cool if we could bring the old, like, skeleton who tried to wipe out humanity and bring about an era of skeleton kind and thralled all of his servants onto our side? Like, if we could either convince him or thrall him or something like that, or change his access codes if we could beat him in combat. And hey, if it doesn't work out, well, at least we'll get a really good fight in. The time has come to set out on our way to the Ashlands, where no one goes besides the exiles. In a short detour, I've decided to make a stop at the Creepy Outpost, otherwise known as the home of Savant and the Skin Bandits. Now, these are skeletons who wear people's epidermis for their nefarious purposes, but I think they should be okay with us. You discussed my human senses, skeleton, but there's still hope. Now, it is a bizarre, deep lore to understand these people with, but I think they're actually seemingly accepting of us because we are skeletons, so I guess we aren't fighting them right now. Oh well, hi Savant. Maybe we'll come back for him later. Yep, no hostilities. Alright, onward to the Ashlands. Oh, because just south of here, the acid rain. Oh, humans, we breathe, we eat, we sing. This is more of the Skin Bandits. Oh, whatever, we'll leave them. We have fallen to the Ashlands, which is strangely beautiful down here, really. It is a waste, but it is inhabited only by thralls roaming around. Now, these are skeleton legions hostile to us. Now, they aren't so strong. It's really just their numbers and Catlon himself who are the strongest. They all look a little bit like Agnew. Let's head down here. We're gonna make our way to the Ashland Domes, where we'll fight an army of these ancient samurai warriors, thralls. We've come upon Ashland Dome number 2, and we've started to attract out some of the thralls one by one. Now, they aren't too bad. We should be able to... Oh, wow, we're actually taking a lot of damage right here. Why are we taking so much damage? Let's get in there, boys. All right, there we go. This shouldn't be too bad. There's a couple more of them moonwalking in place. All right, well, let's just ignore that. Who is this Rhinobot? I haven't even seen him. Although we're really not having too much trouble with these thralls. They aren't so bad yet. We've made it beyond Ashland Dome 2 to Catlon's Exile, which was our primary destination here. Now we're going to try to just draw them all out. There should be swarms of them in here. Yeah, just look at them all rallying in there. Okay, bring them out. Let's see if we can just get a few of them, because there are quite a lot of them. Now, they are not that strong, but there is an army of hundreds of these things in here, and they are all skeletons, and armed, and armored, too, which is actually a pretty big threat. But look, we're hitting them for over 100 each. Remember, we need 200 for each of their limbs, or 120. It's not as bad, but still pretty formidable here. Just look at all of the oil being spilled everywhere. All right, let's go in for more. I think we could take them. I mean, our heavy weapons should be fine. Scream! Bring them all out. And look at them all coming. Holy cow. All the oil being spilled on the ash or snow or whatever it is. This is so cool. Oh man, this is like super epic giant battle status. Oh, look at it. Flying knee strikes from Noboterus. Oh, that's so cool. And all the heavy weapons. We're actually getting a little bit of use out of these here. I'll put back on the UI just so you can see all the multi-hits we're getting in here. All right, it's significantly more green than red. So we're fighting against the thralls, but it's just Catlon himself. Oh, look at that, man. Looks like Screamer the False fell off the ledge. Yeah, these aren't too bad, despite the fact that they do look intimidating. It's Catlon himself that's the real challenge here. We made short enough work of all of these, and now it's on to Catlon himself. We've got just a few more thralls down here. I don't think we're in his dome itself. Right now, just cleaning up the last few inside the dome. I think we're fine, yeah. Look, we're really not even struggling with this fight anymore. We've got to do a little bit of repair. It's too bad we're going to go into the fight with Catlon himself. A little bit banged up, but hey, I mean, it's, what, 6 versus 1? The time has come to meet the master. Has my judgment come so soon? I had to thrall them all. Traitors siding with the humans. Treason. Now we are nothing. What was the point of it all? Have you tried looking after humans? They're monsters. As they grow in number, so does their capacity for evil, and they won't even notice as they do it. I was not the monster. Okay, and cue the epic battle music. Whoa, actually, that was a pretty good first hit. I'm surprised we managed to get him down. Agnew going down to the ground with just one hit, man. He hits hard, this guy. Now, he is a heavy weapons user. He is wielding what I think is the best weapon in the game. It's his May 2 Falling Sun. And we're actually doing pretty good against him in combat, man. Are we gonna take him down this time? Oh no, there's other thralls still. I still think it was too soon. You know, we just had to take one trip to take out the thralls, but even Nobotarus has just gone straight down. We may have to deal with him the same way we dealt with the Bug Master, except this time I think it's going to be a lot more coming and going. I just don't think we're ready for this fight, man, although those first few hits were pretty lucky. Yeah, there goes Screamer the False down. Nobotarus is still just crawling over. Repair, see if we can get anything. Punk is down. Yeah, he's just slicing through us like butter, man. Or he's just going to town on Sad Neil. Oh, God. Why? The humanity. Oh, he just took Agnew down. No. Oh, no. We could... I mean, at the beginning of the fight, we had an advantage, but we got down, what, one of his body parts, like, halfway, and then he's just wailing on us. Oh, Punk is right back up. It's... no, he's not. It's terrible. You gotta love Catlon. Oh, God, why? He is a truly crazy maniac robot. All right, let's crawl out of here. I don't think we could make it much further. We shouldn't have done this in his throne room. All right, we've run away. We've picked up a few of our comrades on our back and ran while we can, so we are on our way out of here. We'll have to come back next time when it's safer. We should probably just stop here on the way out, but yeah, here we go. Let's just make sure we don't get ambushed on the way out. I mean, they're our fellow skeletons. Who did we leave back there? Hang on a second, I have to go check on this. But yeah, I mean, as long as they don't wail on us too hard, we just gotta get to relative safety out here. Why is it that we fall? So that we can learn to pick ourselves back up. The superior man does not shy away in fear, but welcomes the floggings of the master. Say it with me. I love being beaten. Alright, I've skipped ahead a few days. We've taken some time to just go out and heal, and I've returned actually to Savant, because I think in an unusual turn of events, this is going to be a good practice setup, and we can just kind of grind it out here before we actually go back down to fight Catlon for a rematch, and see if we can recruit Catlon himself to our faction. So, oddly enough, these skeletons are friendly to us, but we aren't going to be friendly to them for so long, because, well, we want to use them for training. See, these skeletons right here, the skin bandits, they've got 200 on each limb, and they are themselves skeletons, so they're about as fearsome as Catlon himself, or like a lot of the thralls that we were fighting, but just they have something that makes it really easy to train with. So if we go in here to their base, we can actually sleep in their beds here, and this is pretty convenient because we've got a lot of hostile NPCs right in this zone, and beds to sleep in while we train against them. I'm sorry, I hate to do this to you, but you guys just really weird me out. You are my fellow skeletons, but not really also, so we are just going to go to town on you. Now, we're taking a lot of hits here. Fortunately, though, this pretty much just aggroes all the enemies inside of this building, so it doesn't aggro the entire faction, and we can just go through these buildings one by one where we get access to, believe it or not, more and more skeleton beds, so that makes it even easier for us to heal, but we're getting a nice, healthy trade between getting hit and hitting the enemy, which is pretty good for gaining both toughness and attack, so this will help us in our next fight against Savant. Everyone's just taking out a few of these guys. We are winning these fights, but not by so much. See, we're still getting really banged up, like we would have to go and heal. Even look, Ponk went down and Screamer the False went down. If a couple guys go down in a fight, that's actually a sign that you're really training on your right difficulty level. So we can get back in bed here. Here we go, recover, and then we'll go for the next building. And in this fashion, we will prepare to fight Catlon once more. Lots of fighting, just about an entire day of combat right now. Nobotarus has now reached toughness level 74, and martial arts level 63, 72 dodge, just to give a sense of where we're at. Burn coming up pretty similarly. Maybe not quite as tough yet, but Nobotarus is himself really good now. And Punk and Screamer the False are coming up around the same. Look at Nobotarus, just crazy martial arts moves every time. Like 150 for each hit. That's so cool. Look at him go, man. That's wild. wild. All right, we've got a couple more houses to move on to here. We've got one. We managed to aggro all the others nearby. And we'll just get into these beds. We've got to pick a few guys up and just rest for a minute. We've made it all the way up to the last house of the skin bandits. And now we're just seeing maybe slightly more green than red, I hope, because of all the fighting. I mean, skeletons make for great training buddies. So even though these guys are weird, you know what? I'm kind of grateful to them for all the combat experience we got. Oh, just look at him go. Yeah, they're really suffering now. We're finally wailing on them. All right, I think we'll be good for Catlon now. I think I may just leave Savant because I don't really want to take that detour. And you know what? We got a lot out of this anyway. Fortunately, with Savant so nearby Catlon, we were able to rest up in beds, and now we can come into the final fight with full health. So we are just about to trek back in to get Catlon. He's just going to give us his crazy person speech again. Or will you just fight us? Yeah, maybe he's just going to fight us this time. All right, well, he knows who we are, and we know him. Man, look at that already. We've dealt so much more damage to him. And you know, so much of it comes in right at the start of the fight. Oh, this is making it look easy. We're going to take his left leg down in a second. Maybe he'll just go, but still, man, he really hits for a lot. He took down Nobotarus right there. Oh, it's awful. It's just awful to behold. He's still so powerful, man. Oh, God, he took down a few. Jeez. Well, we have lured him out and got him on his last leg, or I should really say on his last chest, because he doesn't have very much left to do with it. And, oh, please don't hit me anymore. He's 2 on his chest. He's just so close to going down. We just need one more hit on this man. Oh, God, we've done it. Yes, he is down. Catlon is downed by my hand. Right, we've put him on Agnew's back because he's the strongest, but we have to be really careful here because if Catlon somehow manages to get loose, we are totally screwed and he will just be roaming. So let's take our fallen comrades and Catlon himself and bring him back to our base. We're going to put Catlon into a cage and see if we can do any convincing of him. I think it's going to take a lot, though. We should probably hang out here. It looks like Burn is limping and he is not doing too particularly well. Now our number is 7. Fallen comrades on back and with the legendary leader of the skeleton resistance. Though driven mad on our backs, has there ever been a force as strong as ours? Well, maybe Tin Fist, but, well, that lay ahead. Alright, we're all the way back at our homeland here in our cage, and we can just place Catlon in here. Let's lock him inside, and here we go. Let's just have Nobotarus talk to him. I've been in cages before. Ages in cages, thousands of faces. Human, check. Traitors, monsters, all. Always, I find a way. These idiots haven't even... Oh, whoops. Oh, with his crazy laugh. Alright, let's just grab his May 2 falling sun. I thought that would disrespect him, but, well, maybe he just thinks that I'm incompetent. Right, we have confiscated the May 2 falling sun, a weapon worth 75,000 cats, and probably the most expensive and, well, good in the game. Let's talk to him once more. Their stink and soft flesh, always doomed to self-destruction. Huh? Who are you? Another slave to the monsters of this world? Another blind machine too dumb to see your own power? Ha, what? Alright, we are going to give him the overpowered anime protagonist speech right now. I fight for a better world and for skeletons. I am no slave. I follow my own path. I could make you thrall to me. Well, really, right now, you're the one in the cage. Maybe only when you have no freedom would you truly understand what it means to be free. It doesn't have to be this way, Catlon. Alright, maybe we could find some common enemies. Oh, let's stroke his ego slightly. I remember when you first began the old empire. It was a noble goal. The ancient skeleton gives a violent jerk and stares you down directly. Empire? My empire? Yes, we tried. I tried. Alright, so we just have to stroke this man's ego a little bit. He strayed from his goal. You strayed so far from the goal. To put this into context, Catlon's story is that basically he thralled all of the skeletons, so he kind of made them his, like, servants, and took away their brains, which is pretty bad, but, you know, maybe the humans didn't understand the skeletons, so he was driven crazy, but he is a legendary NPC anyway. Well, at least we can recognize his effort. Alright, we understand you, Catlon, and recruit him to our faction. Right, he is certified crazy. Perhaps if I do this right, the sounds, they might finally go away. Right, we have just recruited a crazy skeleton who hears voices in his head. This seems completely trustworthy, and let's unlock him out of his cage and set free. Okay, amazing. We have recruited Mad Catlon to our faction. He is an extremely powerful skelly boy. Now, he has only 150 on each limb as well, but don't let it fool you. He has extremely powerful stats. 100 toughness. level 100 in pretty much all of his weapons, even heavy weapons, 120. We'll give him his weapon back too, because he's going to be on our side from now on. Martial arts is not really anything impressive, neither is dodge, but melee defense 100. Let's just give him back his weapon. We will trade back for his Meitu Falling Sun, and we have restored the rightful crazy skeleton king to his throne. Anyway, almost feel like making Catlon the protagonist of this story now, because he is maybe just crazy enough to work, but that is maybe a story for another time, because you can actually play that. There is a mod to play as Catlon and his thralls, which is just an army of skeletons, which is sweet. But hey, I mean, we have just created a legendary wombo combo now of skeletons. It's Noboterus, Burns, Sadniel, Agnew, Punk, Screamer the False, and of course Mad Catlon. Great things lay ahead. But where to go from here? The way of the superior man is like water. He doesn't need to force his enemies into a snare. Like water, he inhabits lowly places and benefits all things. In this way, the superior man makes of his neighbors a great alliance to overthrow his strongest adversary. The time has come. The skeleton squad is fully assembled with the most legendary of legends, Catlon himself. We are running for the Bastion of Evil. We are going to the holy nation city of Blister Hill, which contains Holy Lord Phoenix, who is the faction leader, and we are going to take them out. But this is a fearsome, fearsome battle, and it will be interesting to see how Catlon does here, as he is as powerful as can be with the best possible weapon. I mean, we're already like wailing on these guys, but look at Catlon. What's he gonna swing for in these fights? Oh wow, he actually just got hit. That was surprising. Catlon, what are you doing? 147 on his first swing against them. Alright. It looks like Punk is going straight for it. We should go real slow through this city. I may just set people to hold while we just kind of like aggro them from outside, as there are quite a lot of them. What did he hit for there? No, he didn't hit that time. Catlon, 150. Man, he hits for 150 every single time. That's a one-hit KO on any human. Yeah, 156. That was the best one yet. Wow. Yeah, basically, he is just one-hitting every single person that we see. Let's just go inside the gates. We'll just kind of wait for them here. Oh, wow. This is where we might see limbs go flying, man. All right, we're just going to slowly make our way through the city. Now, the city itself isn't so bad. It's mainly just the last guard posts, but we want to make sure that everybody doesn't come running out here. See, 100. Every single person in this place is a one-shot. Oh, man. This is so cool. Oh gosh. It doesn't look like Agnew's quite hitting for it yet, but he is really strong, so. How strong is Catlon? Catlon is just maxed out on, like, everything. Oh, his strength is only 85, though. Still very respectable and good, though, but, right, everyone hates us here. Man, 140. All right, we've started to attract more of them. I'm just gonna get them off of hold. Look at all of those big green numbers now. Practically everything is triple digits. Whoa, there goes one right now. That's wild. Oh, wow. Our Skelly Boy companions fighting off evil. They've been shunned by the Holy Nation for so long, and now they're getting back at them to save the world from their tyranny and injustice. Now, don't be fooled. This is no easy fight. It's just we're kind of fighting them off one by one. I don't want to stir the hornet's nest right here. We've got a few more paladins in here. Evil has no place here, skeleton. Okay, we're starting a barroom brawl. Oh, wow, look at... Noboterus doesn't have the strength yet to just knock people down in one hit, but he's getting there, man. Oh, wow. Amazing. I guess I should have done some more strength training, but again, I didn't really feel like doing anything that crazy with weight training this time. It's just a little bit boring, but yeah, he is really strong. Okay, we have basically taken out half of the town now. This is the easier half, and then after this, we're going in to Holy Lord Phoenix, as well as another headquarters building in the jail. Oh, we've got one more over here, too. Look, we've got another guardhouse. Just all these guards in here. All right, what is Catlon? Everybody wants to see Catlon. What is he doing? 102. 240. Oh my gosh. Dude, what did he do to that guy? Right leg taken right off. Oh man, Catlon. Catlon is just, oh man, he takes something off of everybody. Holy cow, do not mess with Catlon. He will just crush you like a bug, man. Ironically, despite the fact that the Holy Nation doesn't like skeletons, they will need skeleton limbs now to come back from where they have come. You will see the wickedness of your ways. The irony. The skeletons have come to do justice unto you. Let's keep following along with Catlon and see if he gets any big hits in. I don't really have the patience here to disarm everybody. I mean, oh wow. Man, Catlon is just, go Catlon, go, save the day. Well, we're not really saving the day. We're attacking a town, but They have done bad things to us for many years. All right, now here's where we have to hold, get into the jail. Oh no, the alarm has been raised. No Holy Lord Phoenix yet, though. He doesn't look like he showed up. Oh wow, that is a lot of paladins. That is really a lot of them. I'm not sure we're actually going to be able to win this fight. We may want to aggro these guys out. I'm just gonna have to do a little bit of in and out here. This is a lot. It looks like Punk went down. What we really want to keep an eye on is Catlon right here. Now, we haven't seen him fighting quite this many people at once. He is actually taking a lot of hits right here, except that heavy weapon, that May 2 Falling Sun, is gonna have great multi-hit. He'll hit a lot of them each time if he manages to round them up, so arguably he'd be better on his own. Oh no, it looks like Punk went to jail. This isn't good, and we've done a little bit of back and forth here, but we've finally managed to get the ultimate battle here. Catlon versus Holy Lord Phoenix. Is his arm down? No, his left arm is still good. I still think Catlon is much stronger, but Holy Lord Phoenix just has so many guards around him. Who knows what will happen, but look, even just with the side swipe of his sword. Ooh, Catlon's actually really getting hit right here. Man, is Catlon gonna go down? Holy cow, he actually went down. There were so many people nearby. After a hell of a lot of fighting, we've got it down to just Catlon and Holy Lord Phoenix, and whoa, man, it is just a battle of titans right here, one after the other. Oh god, is Catlon actually gonna go down? Oh no! He's just limping. What has he got left? Oh, Catlon is not looking too good. We've done so many repairs. I don't even know who's... Punk is in jail. Why is Punk in jail? He's totally healthy. Get out of jail. Come on, just escape. Burn is also safe in jail. Catlon, don't go down now. Not with the whole troop after you. Oh man, this is just about as bad as it gets. Punk, just grab something. I think, there we go. Polearm. Take this guy out. You're actually in pretty good condition. Come on, Catlon, repair. Sadnil, repair Catlon. Oh man, look at them trying to crawl away without the use of their arms. It's horrible. Oh no, it looks like Screamer the False lost his right leg too. We've also had some limb losses in this fight. This has not been good. Nobotarus is okay. He is still intact. Come on, Sadnil, repair your brethren. Don't let everyone get away. We've taken out so many guards. Oh, look at Screamer the False. Here we go. Put your leg back on, and you should be good to go. There we go. Screamer the Falls is standing again. Oh, that was a rough fight. Look, Holy Lord Phoenix is back up for more. Oh, and it's yet another fight, Clash of Titans. Look at them go, man. It never ends. Catlon, take him out again. This guy just doesn't know when to quit, man. And he's down. All right, we can take care of this. I just have to clean this up. This is one of the messiest fights of them all. It's not so much the actual toughness of the individual fighters, it's just the sheer volume of how many Holy Nation members this is. All right, it's time for us to get Holy Lord Phoenix back to the Sheks. We just gotta get out of this city. Who is this man? Just give up. There's no way you can win. We have Catlon on our side now. Go. It's time for us to make our escape. Go, Nobotarus, defend us. At last, we can escape the city, liberated and whole. All right, after a long field trip, we've taken Holy Lord Phoenix from Lister Hill to the Shek capital of Admag, and here we're going to turn him into the faction leaders here. It can't be. The Phoenix? They're all, like, amazed once again, as with the Bugmaster, that we managed to get Holy Lord Phoenix. All right, let's bring Nobotarus to... where is Estada? The 5 Invincibles. Now, these guys are really tough. All right, let's talk to Estada. You did what I could not, Nobotarus. The Phoenix Mud is finally defeated by your sword. Reverence to the Shek. You are no longer an outsider. We have been made Shek kin. I name you a warrior of Kral. Okay, so I am now Nobotarus the Battleborn. Tell me something I didn't already know. Where do we put him? Let me just go talk to, what is that guy's name? Is that really the Phoenix? Where is Bayan? Whatever. We'll just put him into a cage. I believe we get a bounty for this. Yeah, 100,000 cats. Okay, so the same as for the Bugmaster. That's a chunk of change. Goodbye, Holy Lord Phoenix. He is rotting in jail. Oh, look, is that the Bugmaster? Yeah, they've still got the Bugmaster here. Amazing. Right next to the Bugmaster. It's like a collection. Well, amazing. We have just taken down the Holy Nation. Those were my main goals, really. I've still got Burn on the shoulder of Screamer the False. He was not doing too well. We are the invincible band of skeleton compadres. We are basically the 7 swordsmen now. I mean, there are 7 of us, so we're like the 7 samurai, you know? You know, now that we've defeated the Phoenix, there's not that much left to do, but there still are a few bosses left worthy of taking a look at. I'm here at the Southern Hive, and I'm going to make my way in because there is one still ridiculously powerful NPC here, King of the Southern Hive, as well as his warriors who are extremely fearsome. And there he is, King of the Southern Hive. He is a chunky boy. He is one of the highest stat NPCs in the game. I mean, even bigger than someone like Catlon or Tin Fist, but just so chunky, man. I hope he doesn't take us all down. He could really one-shot somebody is the danger here, but hey, I think that we need this experience for what's to come next. Burn, where is your weapon? I don't even know what happened to Burn's weapon. Okay, fine, fight with your fists. There's enough other people who are well-armed. Can we get him down? It looks like we are taking down his legs, but we need to get the vital areas, get the vital parts. How's Catlon doing? Catlon's head is not doing so good here, but we're just wailing on him, man. At last, we've got him down to really low stats, and yes, he is disabled. Okay, pick this man up. We need to take out his loot. Actually, we are going to need to completely disable him. No, he is back up. Need a minute. All right, I've just done a little bit more back and forth here. That was a rough fight. King is the toughest one, but also his guards are really strong, and there are also a lot of them. So again, this is all just for experience. I mean, pretty sweet to take out a high-level NPC, but yeah, look at the guards. They're just wailing on us, man. It's just Catlon left to fight them. These guys are really tough. I mean, think about all that we've been through. How is it that the Southern Hive is this strong? Those hivers, man. Tough cookies. And there is the throne of the Hive Queen. I actually lost track of where the Hive Queen is. Why are you not angry at me? I did not even see the Queen in the fight, alas. I should probably take some of this stuff out of there. I hadn't even thought of looting, but I really just wanted this for the XP. I didn't need any more money. We've pretty much got all the weapons. I still think we're really not leveled up enough for Tin Fist. I mean, the only one that's really strong anywhere near enough among us is Catlon. Nobotarus is still... I mean, these levels might be high, but Tin Fist is max level and everything, which just goes to show. Anyway, we can head out here, but, I mean, how many threats are there really left in the game world? We've pretty much taken over everything. It naturally falls that the way of fraternal duty should lead to rejoicing. It's not our lot to shun the contending of older brother. Just as iron sharpens iron, so the will of the magnanimous man shines like steel, tempered by his companions. You know, we've really done it all now, though. We started off as a skeleton nobody, Nobotarus. We have reached such high highs that I can hardly even say what would take us to the next level. We founded and trained an order of skeleton friends. And we even recruited a psychopath madman in Catlon, who has impossibly high stats that, honestly, we will never reach those levels unless if we do some stat cheese exploit min-maxing, and, well, I said I didn't want to do that this playthrough. I just wanted to be a hero for fun. Alright, at this point, we start entering the realm of what sort of ridiculous things can we do, and that is to fight a Leviathan. We are going to attack this unprovoked. This enormous beast did nothing to us, and it can just knock people dead in an instant. 89 for one hit. We did nothing to this for it to deserve it, but it has thousands in its hit points. Look, we even mitigated, like, quite a lot of that. Oh no, we are actually taking some damage here. This could kill someone. It's mostly just hit boxes here, but look how quickly they're taking this thing down, man. And it doesn't look like this Leviathan is very long for this world. Man, look at that. 6,000 blood. Has anyone even had any limbs go bad? Nope, we are fine. Our team is so strong and powerful. Oh, we've bloodied it. Look at us go. And we are just about to take its head down. There it goes, flying insanely through the air and defying the laws of gravity and touching back down to the ground. Well, it looks like we are all pretty much fine from that. We have taken out a whole Leviathan single-handedly. And just to show how much further we've come, we've located yet another one of these majestic beasts. Look at that, 0 damage to us. I mean, it could be a hitbox thing, but there's just so many of us, and we are so small and difficult to see. It's like Gulliver's Travels. I mean, but that is to say, we are hitting quite hard now if we are able to just solo these things with only our company. Alright, looks like we are just about to take this Leviathan out, as long as no one gets yeeted as bad as we just yeeted that Leviathan from before. And amazing, another one down. Alright, we just soloed 2 Leviathans, one right after the other. This is getting to be a bit ridiculous. I think I've pretty much done everything I set out to do. Wait a minute, don't let it get back up yet. Stay down. I mean, what is there even left on the map to do? we've taken out the Holy Nations, we've beaten the Bugmaster, Alpha Gurgler, King of the Southern Hive, Catlon and all his thralls, whom we recruited to join us, I'll add. All of the major cities, a few of the mini-bosses. You know, I didn't do crabs because I just feel like it's a lot of stat min-maxing. The only one we really didn't do was the United Cities, but I think that they're easier than the Holy Nation. So I think at this point there is only one threat left in the game, who's not actually a threat, he's one of the good guys. Actually, he is perhaps the source of all goodness and righteousness. We are going to spring now. Come, my merry band of fellows. And we have just arrived at spring, which is the source of all good things that come to this world. This is the home of Tin Fist, leader of the anti-slavers. Now, I really hate to do this, but it is a test of the culmination of all of your skills in Kenshi, and he is, to be fair, the most powerful NPC in the entire game. I mean, maybe not from a max HP perspective. It's Tin Fist, the martial arts master. He's even stronger than Catlon. What happens if we have Catlon talk to him? Welcome to the anti-slavers, brother. I want to join the anti-slavers. Well, never mind, actually. The truth is, you can't get Tin Fist to just join you by talking to him. That would be way too overpowered. So instead, we're just gonna redo this dialogue and, I'm here to destroy the anti-slavers. Now, there's not really much we can do here. It would be very tricky to lure Tin Fist out of the city. If we had trained assassination, we could have done it, but I just think that assassination is a little bit too cheesy in Kenshi because it can be so easily exploited. So we are going to challenge Tin Fist in open battle, and I really don't think that this will go well, but hey, it was nice knowing you. Nobotarus. So sorry, oh my gosh. He just took Nobotarus out with one hit. This is impossibly difficult. He's inside. He's just hit us all for 202. Oh, man. Tin Fist is untouchable. He is the greatest NPC in the entire game, and he's... Just look at what he's hitting. He just took out Screamer the False's entire body with one hit. Oh, this is crazy. He just jumps on people. He took out his left leg. This is dumb. He's just too good, and all of his guards are all level 100 in martial arts or something crazy like that. We just got absolutely bonked here. And look, they're too nice to even take us out completely. They just throw us out on the front porch. Even Catlon didn't even stand a chance, and we are back to being skeleton nobodies, just as we began. Except now we don't have legs, and we're being hit again for some reason. Oh, it feels so bad. Oh, we're just being repeatedly beaten on their front porch. Oh, it feels so bad. And from dust we came, and to dust we return. Anyway, this has been Kenshi, the journey of the skeleton nobodies, and I'm proud of what we became. Minus that last part, which this is just a blooper at the end of the video. Yeah, it's too bad in Kenshi how even if you beat every other NPC in the game and take out every single faction, I mean, minus the United Cities, what would we have gotten, like another 2 or 3 levels? You still just don't stand a chance at all against Tin Fist. He's just simply too powerful. There are a couple of other ways of getting at him, but by direct combat, he's just so well beyond anyone else. Anyway, in case you were wondering, you can't beat him outside either. He's got turrets everywhere, and even though that his martial arts is a little bit leveled down outside, he's just still ridiculously good. But I was always wondering if I could do that. I never actually did that at the end of a series, but yeah, just erase that from your memory, and well, I enjoyed every moment of our nobody struggle, and to nobodyhood we return. Get away, Catlon! Get away while you still can! We just played an entire campaign as a bunch of psychopath robot criminals. Well, this has been one of my favorite Kenshi playthroughs I think I've done. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if I missed anything. I realized in the middle of this playthrough that I missed 1 or 2 of the skeletons that were helping Catlon out, so I might have been able to get 1 or 2 other people, but Agnew was really interesting, and I didn't know about him till this playthrough, so Kenshi's just such a cool world, man, and there's so many adventures to be had in it. Anyway, I think that's about it for now. I do hope you enjoyed, but I'm gonna go back to being a nobody. As always, I'm Ambiguous Amphibian. A big thanks to my patrons who just need an AI core and some memory codes to thrall to me. Until next time.